Good afternoon, folks. Hearing myself twice. Open voice mod. How we all doing? I'm going to go ahead and get in the voice chat because we're about to start.
Oh, we have Sam. Okay, the gang's all here. Hi, Sam.
Hey, what's up?
Good evening, Sam. Good to see you, sir.
How y'all doing?
Hey, guys, how does my audio sound? This is like a new headset.
Sounds good. Sounds clear.
Coochie.
Stream.
Awesome.
No face cam today. I just wasn't feeling it. Don't feel like being on camera.
Great. And I have updated my browser, so I should have less issues.
Didn't feel like setting up the stream or anything. Just kind of not feeling it. So just going to be my desktop today. No animated NPCs this time around, at least not physical. But vocally, I'm sure it'll come out.
Describe other code that I write when it's held together with duct tape and hopes and prayers.
I wouldn't insult duct tape like that.
No, it's a testament to how strong duct tape is. If it can hold my code together, it can hold anything together.
It really can't. You guys used T-Rex tape before? You get that at the store?
Well, T-Rexes are extinct, so you can't really get T-Rex tape.
You can. That's what they made it out of.
No, but they
Why
you
do
can't.
you think they're extinct?
But that's why there's still ducks though. But like
Yeah.
it's like we harvest them for their duct tape.
Yeah, from my experience, like animals are just sticky, right? We got duct tape, Gorilla Glue, T-Rex. Animals are just sticky creatures, you know?
Yep. There's also, I think, frog tape, which is for painting.
It's the waterproof.
And then inexplicably, the scotch.
Yeah, I know. The scotch, the word.
Hear me out. It's just because the flavor sticks in your throat for a bit when you have scotch.
It's a little bit like butter.
Yeah, except not as smooth generally.
All right.
Right. We have some people to interrogate, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, I sent a message out to see, is there any questions you guys like are wanting answered? Like I was trying to theorize and try to go through this. I just didn't know if there's any. We mainly just we don't talk to the mayor at all, which is the thing.
Yeah, I think we have to go to Townmaster's Hall, interrogate people at the Sleeping Giant, Tressender Manor, and Outerleaf Farm, because those are the 4 locations where the shot could have come from.
Yeah.
I prepped based off of that, by the way, so when you guys discuss like, hey, what are we planning on doing? And like, you kind of go back and forth. I prep based off of that. So, I mean, you're free to, I have the whole town ready. That's not like, hey, that's not me telling you, hey, do this. I'm just telling you that.
I think somebody in Baldur's Gate will.
Let's take a trip. You ready? You got that map prepared?
No, I think Sam has planned out the entire world, so I think we should just leave the Sword Coast.
Is that like a 50 days travel to Baldur's Gate, like in a caravan from like where the place where we are?
It
like,
is it's a trip. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember in Horde of the Dragon Queen, there's like a caravan scene that's like 50, 60 days from Baldur's Gate. I think it's Waterdeep.
It's a trip. Yeah, you go there in Drag Queen. You do make that trip.
And it is long. You just have to
Scratch that. We'll just go to the library instead. Go to Candlekeep. That's close enough. I know that.
I'm going to be real here. I'm going to be real with y'all. There is no way that Waterdeep doesn't have a teleportation circle in it. There's just no way.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Phandalin definitely doesn't.
Yeah, but Neverwinter probably does. I don't know. I mean, Neverwinter.
No, I imagine all the major cities probably do. Because
Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter,
and
Waterdeep should definitely have, like, they should have teleportation circles.
I think it's different with caravans of, like, goods and whatnot. I don't know.
Don't we know that Candlekeep has one?
Yes, that was in the book. Candlekeep does have one. And Waterdeep has one in the book. Actually, I think they do say that in Dragon Heist. They talk about a teleportation circle.
Perfect.
All right, I want to
Yeah,
ask y'all something video game related before we get started. We're going to do the recap here in a minute. But I realized I haven't asked, I do this with all my friends, Dragon or Benji? What is your, let's start with Dragon. What is your favorite video game of like all time?
My favorite video game of all time. That's really a heavily loaded question.
Isn't
I lean
it?
towards RPGs. Up there around my top are stuff like Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 6 and Chrono Trigger.
Ooh, Final Fantasy 6. Oh yeah, you told me Chrono Trigger. Final Fantasy 6 is a good one. Okay. Yeah, I've played all three of those. I have a pretty good read on you, on what your on your favies.
He's a weep.
I do enjoy some anime too. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. And I learned some Japanese when I was younger. So I mean, I was watching anime when it was a nerdy thing to do.
Yeah, he was
you watched it
watching
before it was
anime
cool,
before it was cool.
Like early 90s.
It was
late
never
80s.
cool.
What was your,
Like Sam,
what was
I
your-
That's so real. That's so real.
what was your go-to when you were a younger, Dragon, for your, like watching your anime?
Let's see. When I was very young, or well, not very young, but when I started getting into anime, like Record of Lodoss War, it's like a fantasy, like a D&D turned into anime.
Is it an isekai?
No.
Okay,
It's just a
I was gonna
fantasy
say, like, this art would like love to talk to you then.
Also, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, who doesn't
that
like
was
that though?
one of my early ones. Bubblegum Crisis. Mobile Suit Gundam, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam.
I was waiting for Gundam.
All right. Yeah. Painting a clear picture for me. Thank you. Benji, what you got?
On my end, I'm gonna have to go with Portal 2.
Portal 2. Okay.
I've just had a lot of good times, like in co-op with my friends on Portal 2, so I can't like truthfully claim a different game as my favorite.
Sure.
It's also just really well made, so.
Yes, it is. That is a solid one.
The Portal 2 multiplayer was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at like must play games of all time or like games to play before you die, that one's always on the list.
Is my music playing through my mic?
It is now.
It
Yes.
is a little.
Okay, I was
It's
gonna
just a bit,
say,
just a bit.
I'm on a jazz kick right now, so
Good stuff.
Who are you
Smooth
listening
jazz will be deployed in 3.
I'm listening to Lisa Ono,
1.
some bossa nova.
to? Nice.
Now I believe Ian's is Monster Hunter or Halo. I'm gonna say Monster Hunter then Halo. Those are your two.
It depends. Like we talk about, it's like if I'm playing like with friends, it's usually Halo. But if I'm playing by myself or like only a couple people, it's Monster Hunter.
I gotcha. Chepe, yours is Disco Elysium.
I think that's like the most impactful game I've played.
Chepe, I've been playing Detroit Become Human. Have you ever heard of it or played it?
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Oh my God. It is very
It's really good.
It is like Disco Elysium, and I think you would like it.
All right.
It is I've been playing it. I've got a few hours into it. It's blowing me away with the.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's up
From
there.
what I've experienced of Disco Elysium so far, Detroit Become Human has more of like a branching story. Like things can become drastically different with what happens, it feels like.
I haven't gone back through Detroit Become Human. I'm gonna find out. And then Beef, yours is I forgot the name of it. Binding of Isaac. That's the one.
Nope. Demon Souls.
Now you told me
I thought
Binding
Binding
of
of
Isaac.
Isaac was a good guess, though.
That's what he
It's up
told
there.
me when I asked him last time.
I'd say it's like up there, like it's like in my top 5. But it's like Demon Souls is like the most impactful game I've ever played, like especially for like what I play now. Like it's kind of like what set me on my journey, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, it can change. Mine's definitely changed over time. Okay, recap. Who wants to start us off?
I can try.
Go ahead.
Right. So we started off. I believe we tried to. Was this when we were trying to boil water or to like clean the shoes when we started, or was that last week or the week before? I mean,
Let's see. Last week we definitely started off in the tavern. I don't think we did anything at night. You volunteered.
Okay.
You tell me. You volunteered for this.
Yeah. So I know.
I
I know
asked
what
for
we
volunteers.
did was the main activity we did was we interrogated Elsa, and we that was a gold mine of information. We also visited the sleeping giant, I believe, where we found that they definitely, the Red Brands definitely know that he's dead, and they definitely know. They definitely know a bit about how he died.
Okay, take your inspiration. E for effort. Dragon.
Jesus.
So to start off in the last session, we I believe Elrin had made a sleight of hand check, and we got into Morgan's house. We found this cannon that was in there. It had like a full set of cannonballs, and in the back there was a short sword. Let's see, which was that one? I don't think that was the Kraken. I think that was the dining. And anyway, there were several different weapons around the house that had little carvings on them. We found 3 paintings of Elsa in various states. There was a partially prepared but not served dinner that was set for 2. We found some books and stuff. Anyway, he was growing some foreign tea for himself in his garden. We fixed up a grandfather clock. I believe at some point around then, it was the first time I'd heard it, but it was mentioned that adorable pet pictures were illegal.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And Morgan's house was marked danger with thieves can't. After that, do you want me to continue?
No, I think Ian, you want to pick up from there? Where do we go after the woodworkers?
After the woodworkers, I believe that was the sleeping giant.
Okay.
Sorry, I was eating something right as you called him.
Sure.
Anyway, we talked to Greska, who is the main owner of the sleeping giant. She really didn't want to provide too much information. I was able to get a little bit out of her because she knows thieves can't as well. Kind of like hopefully get a little bit of trust out of there. However, while we were there, the entire place was filled with red brands. And in the process of talking to Gresko, one of them came up and decided to have a big talk with us. I believe that one was Titus. Was the one that was talking to us about everything and just trying to get like, why are we asking so many questions? And then he was just a wealth of just admittance and information of, this man deserved it.
Sorry, Scorpion, no face cam tonight.
So that was interesting.
I still love you though.
But then while we were there, it also happened that Titus and his crew that was on that side and all hanging out equaled out to 7 people.
All hanging out.
The last one's really hanging
out. All right, Chepe, anything you want to add?
Let's see. The questioning of the folks at the Sleeping Giant revealed that despite admitting to killing this person, that they couldn't have done it because they didn't understand the cause of death, which led to some interesting interrogation with Elsa. She revealed that she was in a relationship with our decedent, Morgan, and that he died mysteriously while they were having relations in the hotel, or the sleeping quarters of the bar, I guess. There was an investigation of the scene revealed no evidence of another person having been in there at the time, and we came to the provisional conclusion that a projectile fired from one of four, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible locations must have been responsible, and that it must have been a magical projectile, and that the theory was corroborated by an examination of the body.
Indeed, it was. Beef. Anything you want to add? Tell us about your letter.
There's a red dragon that was gift controlled that is on the loose and is being controlled by mind flayers, and it's probably doing stuff. And yeah, that's that, I guess.
Okay. All right, we're starting off at the Stonehill Inn for breakfast. Kind of running out of breakfast idea. Bacon and eggs. There was a surplus, so that's what we're having for the next few weeks. And coffee. What's everyone doing?
Drinking coffee.
Can I say that during the previous night, I asked Crass if I could borrow his trench coat to show him something?
Sure.
So I'll come down, and I'm my suit of armor looks slightly different, and also I come down and show you the trench coat. I'm like, Crass, I have made some modifications to your trench coat, which I believe will be to your liking in perhaps a moment of eureka, as people say. If you look on the inside of the trench coat, it looks the same from the outside, but the lining has like a network of bronze and like copper mesh that terminates in these little like thimble like holsters that you put your index and thumb in. And I say to you, now try snapping your fingers while they are in the conductors.
Hesitantly, Grass will look over, snap his fingers.
And it should make your cloak billow as if it were a cloak of billowing.
Oh my god, we're twins!
That's quite the impressive coat, my friend.
Thank you, Edjuan.
My pleasure. I'm actually able to do something of a similar variety, and you see on like my fists, I have like 2 plates kind of similar to what's on your like the thimble-y thingies, and then he like smacks them together, and you see it emit a sort of like electrical output.
You sure have an eye for this electrical stuff.
Absolutely. I've been I suppose you could say it's been my life's work to understand the effects of electricity, particularly on organic matter, but hey, it has other applications as well.
Tobbling from behind the bar, wiping down the counter. Electricity is just a fad.
Yes, the power of the god is far more powerful than the power of electricity. I'm sure it will never be used in any actual manner. Like, look, do you see it doing anything that a god-given fire isn't doing? Look, it's lighting up the room. That's something electricity will never be able to do. Toblin, can we get some bacon for all of us? Maybe some eggs?
Absolutely. I'll go pull the bacon off of the grill that is being lit with fire.
Listen, okay? The Storm Lord begs to differ with your reasoning.
Well,
And
I beg to differ with that. So,
and who is this Storm Lord?
Some fellow up in the sky who makes lightning. I'm more concerned with its applications here on the ground, to be frank, but far be it from me to use it, to not use it to win an argument.
so you're saying that gods aren't as powerful as electricity because the god cord is more powerful than electricity?
I'm saying that your argument about God-given fire is contradicted by God-given electricity in the form of the
Okay, but
storm.
what happens when Cord strikes a tree with his lightning? You get fire. You don't get electric trees.
I
You get
suppose
fire.
you should thank him for that then.
Tom's like, yeah, you're working backwards. Fire leads to, or electricity leads to fire.
Sounds
Oh,
like
goodness.
electricity's better than.
Ah,
You know, the internal makings of your body and your brain working there, Elrin. It doesn't go off of fire.
Yeah. Sure thing.
I'm gonna start
Dublin.
shuffling this way.
Do we have a? Do we have distraction eggs or any eggs will do for a distraction?
Distraction eggs. I don't understand.
I'm losing the argument. I need some eggs to cover my argument's loss.
Distraction.
No, there's. Oh, you need some egg. No, here, just eat them. Don't make an example out of them.
Oh,
You're not going to get through to these people. They've got their head in the clouds.
yeah. Well, at least I know there are some people with at least some logic remaining.
That's right.
And Chris, you are controlled by puppet strings. I've seen them. When you're in the astral sea, you and you're like astral projecting there. You are controlled like a puppet.
Nobody controls me but my own.
I think I hear my wife calling. Yes,
Oh,
honey.
okay.
Nobody
Don't
controls
use
me,
chompers.
not even
Don't
me.
use chompers. Don't use chompers. Don't use chompers. Don't use chompers.
Gentlemen, now that we're alone for a moment, there is something that has been weighing on my mind. When we thought about the possibility that it could be a firearm, and that means that any commoner could have made the shot from any of the vantage points.
They go to fire made it?
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right, Scorpion.
Sorry, I had to.
I do think that perhaps expands our pool of perpetrators, but I suppose not every commoner owns a gun.
Almost certainly.
Unless they were hired and given a gun for that exact purpose.
Precisely, Antoine. I feel that if anybody here is going to have the money to afford a gun, it's probably the mayor.
Bum bum bum.
That would certainly be a strong opening salvo.
So far, I've got my money on Greska, but we can go forward. We need to get more information. Make sure we have all the pieces to the puzzle in the box, if you know what I'm saying.
Is this a common expression, or is it? I think I understand. So where should we go first? We have quite a few places we should investigate. Considering, I think we've concluded there are 4 places where this shot could have come from.
I have a final question for our friend in the corner, and then I shall reconvene.
Go ahead. Don't let me stop you.
Good morning, Inspector.
Good morning, Elsa. I take it you must have slept quite well?
Well enough.
Good. Now, I just have one final question, as it was not answered yesterday, but really rattled my brain overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep this quiet and quick, because Toblin and Trilena are gone. There was a meal prepared for 2 at his house, the woodworker's house.
Mm-hmm.
were you two, after your escapades and intimate interactions, planning on going back to have dinner at his place, or was that just a coincidence?
He invited me to dinner at his house, and I declined. Said I would rather stay here.
Can I do an insight on that?
Sure.
All right. Did that not roll? Hold on.
Yeah, you got it. 18. Does not appear to be hiding anything.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Elsa. That was one of the gaps I was missing there. Well,
Yeah.
the dinner's still there if you get hungry.
She squints her eyes, almost in confusion and disgust, a combination of confusion and disgust.
I would highly recommend, as someone with medical training, not consuming any of what is on that table. I think lizard folks' stomachs might work a bit differently.
Oh,
she holds her coffee up and cheers and goes back to her breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know. The maggots in the ham might give extra protein.
I also forgot something. My apologies. It seemed your paramour was had a tendency to be well armed at all times. I don't suppose that at some point he may have given you, perhaps as a gift, a dagger or another cutting instrument. It seemed he had an affinity for them.
Yeah, he's a little paranoid, but no, he never gave me one.
Okay, thank you very much.
He said he was the only weapon I needed.
Truthful?
Whoa.
She could be his sheath.
Noted. Whoa. Well then, I will excuse myself.
Well
All
done.
right, let's go, Goo Boy. Right, so we have asked all the questions of Elsa, unless anyone else has any last-minute revelations.
No, that was all. I just needed to make sure it wasn't another meal for another lover or something that we need to worry about.
Yeah, I got the sense that she was telling the truth.
Perfect.
Now, I think we should, let's see. Let me ask you guys, where do you guys want to investigate first? We have 4 locations that could have been the source of the shot, we think.
5.
Does anyone have a preference for whither we go?
I believe it was 5, but one of them we sort of already investigated.
Well, yes. The 5th being yes. 4 more locations that we have yet to investigate.
Should we go closest to furthest, most likely to least likely?
Yeah, Sam, can you
likely?
pull up that map? Or did
sure.
Is that no longer?
No.
Yeah. Should we go to? I mean, the closest one's the Town Master's Hall, right?
Yes, according to my recollection, that would have been about 150 feet.
We could do Town Master's, Sleeping Giant, Outer Leaf, and then Tresson Dar Manor. If this is objectable, does anyone have any objection to this course of action?
The Town Masters and Sleeping Giant are where I've got my money.
Right.
Yes. Though before we speak to the Town Master, I do think perhaps a conversation of strategy would be in order.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what sort of, we want to do, like a good cop, bad cop, or like really put everything out on the table, or perhaps try to suss out what he knows, kind of like what we did with Titus.
with an individual that's willing to hire the Red Brands as supposed law enforcement for his town, I imagine he's going to be quite shady.
I will note that it seemed as though it was very useful when you had been able to read their thoughts before.
Yes.
I
How
can
long
use
does that? How long does that spell last?
Minutes, but I can cast it as many times as I like, if I prepare.
Ah, a ritual. Okay. Well, I think that would be
Yes.
wise course of action. I will rely on more traditional methods to try to discern the truth. I think our interrogator should probably be Crass, as that is his training's main fruit, I would say.
I'm tempted to agree.
No objections.
No arguments here.
Something
All right.
makes me think perhaps, given his ties to the Red Brands, he will perhaps admit to some involvement, even if they weren't really involved.
Well, we know they were involved, at least in hiding the bot or disposing of the bot. Even if they are trying to throw us off the scent of the actual killer.
I just know that among the numbers of them, we still have the 8th person unaccounted for. Whether or not it was one of the other more skillful assassins of the Red Brands, or if it was somebody else entirely.
And I believe
Either
we
a very
do have
skilled
a name.
assassin or a peasant with a gun. That leaves.
This is mainly referring to the 8 that helped dispose of the body, not necessarily the killer. Could be one and the same.
Perhaps. Although I think 8 farmers would be able to. With 8 people, I don't see a need for the strongest of the strong to be those to dispose of him.
No. What I'm referring to is that we don't know who the actual killer was, and we also don't know who the 8th person was that was dragging his body over.
We do have a name. It was Halia. Somebody that let slip that there was an 8th person.
Indeed. Holly was the name that Elsa had brought up initially to talk to.
Indeed, I believe she referred to them as the leader of the Red Guard that night.
Well, if we have all our strategy laid out, I think we have not to do but the town master's interrogation.
To the town master.
To the town master you go. Near the center of town stands an unfinished clock tower, easily twice as large as the houses in the neighboring streets. Long woven tapestries featuring the town's seal hang above every window. A small stoop leads up to an ornate door.
Right. Do I know of the etiquette surrounding this building? Is it like you have to knock to enter, or is it open to everyone?
Open to everyone. Public building.
Okay. Well.
Let's
before
do a check around first.
apologies. Before going in, looking from the outside, is there a vantage point that appears to look up on the Stonehill Inn?
The unfinished clock tower has a large metal door at the base of it that is locked.
Does it have a window?
It does not. But it does have a balcony at the top.
Ah, okay, a balcony. And how high did you say it was?
High enough to reach the to get a good look at Elsa's room.
More than 30 feet?
Yes, more than 30 feet.
Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry. What about more than 60 feet?
60 will do it. You get up there.
Okay. Just before we go in, I say I have this rope of climbing. We can inspect the balcony, perhaps without anyone knowing. Just putting that out there. We
Yes,
have to do that now.
there is a man in there, but I could talk to him perhaps about acquiring permits to build a house here, to see if you guys could perhaps investigate around.
I think we'll start with my regular rounds around the house first, and then
Right.
we should continue.
I will be a distraction.
Is there any marks?
Ooh, target. Entering the all right, we're splitting up. Are we going in or are we searching the outside?
I'm gonna try to strike up a conversation to try to distract him from them circling the building.
I don't think I need a distraction for that. I should be fine. If you want to hold off just to make sure, because the other goal too is, I mean, if he's in there and then we can hear something or spy on something before we get actually in there, then that's a valuable thing too.
Okay.
I think if
I'm just yeah. I don't know. I'll walk around the building. Do I see anything?
The windows, other than the windows and so there is an alleyway near the clock tower. The windows to this office you cannot see through. I guess I should hide those. No, they're fine. But you cannot see through these. They're too high. You would need a boost to get up there. So the Townmaster's Hall is built on a hill, and the hill slopes down this direction. And so this window is actually higher up, and you would need a boost to get up to it. That's it. That's all you see.
Okay. That's good then. Go ahead, Elrin.
Great. Are you guys gonna be investigating like the clock tower?
I think let's just follow you in, yes?
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna run two separate groups. Townmaster Harbin. As you
he looks
enter,
like he's a hard worker. Yeah.
Greets all of you. Hello, welcome to my fine city. I am Townmaster Harbin. And you folks, I've heard a lot about you.
Oh? All good things, I hope.
Of course. So, what can I do for you? Have a seat here in this nice sofa. The most expensive variety.
Can I get an insight on that, of course?
Sure. A pleasant greeting. He motions towards the sofa.
I sit down on the sofa.
Kachadok's gonna just give me a minute. I need to clear my throat outside real fast, and I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna walk back in.
You could just say that you cast it before you went in. It's fine. But yes, you have Detect Thoughts active. Harbin is thinking about. Let's see. Right now, adventurers are here. Yeah, he'll think of you as adventurers, maybe mercenaries. Kind of goes back. His mind goes back and forth between mercenary and adventurer.
I see.
These folks could be useful. I wonder if I have any work for them. I wonder if they would be interested in becoming red brands. We'll just go with that.
I'm going to awaken mind that information to Crass.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah,
Telephone.
I bet these people could handle a weapon pretty well. They could keep this city safe. They would make good red brands. I should slide that in. I should slide an offering for work in the conversation at some point. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Go ahead with your questions. Welcome. Did you folks need anything from me? You're just here to introduce yourselves.
Well, Townmaster Harbin.
Oh, 1 second. I do have a handout. That's me, Townmaster Harbin.
I'm gonna kind of like. Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was going to ask for that. I didn't know if you had one.
So everything in this picture is here. I was very meticulous about building his specific office. So everything you see here is there. The expensive sofa.
Enhance.
Enhance. The license plate.
All right. I see you have a single lemon on your bush. Interesting that it grows inside. Anyways.
Go ahead. Wasn't that meticulous?
It's a passive. What can I say? I'm gonna kind of go over. How goes the town?
The town is wonderful. We are on the brink of a golden age here in Phandelver.
How are you now? And I'm gonna kind of like shuffle this way and kind of glance over just quickly at these little legal documents.
All boring legal documents. Quite a few complaints from Gladys about the noise at the blacksmith and good
she
elves.
Is a Karen. Okay.
They have been tucked away towards the bottom of the pile.
Of course they have.
None that stand out.
Nothing that stands out. Yeah, all boring legal docs. Nothing of interest to you. All pretty standard stuff.
Continue. Walk over here. Be like, so, red brands. Interesting choice for a legal force to help out the town.
Yes, one of my finer decisions.
Does he genuinely believe this?
They seem like interesting folk. It doesn't seem that everybody shares that opinion, though.
Yes, some people in this town do, what's the word? Resist change, but change is coming. We're going to expand this city. We're going to put it on the map. This here town will be the new Jewel of the North. Look out, Neverwinter.
A new Jewel of...
That's right. History.
Well...
One person.
Get that history.
I got a +5.
I should do this. I have a +0.
I think you're the one there, Mr. Antoine.
Oh no!
Yeah, you've passed. The DC was 5. The DC was 5. Neverwinter is known as the Jewel of the North.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's already come up, and I lived there.
Well, change can be rough. Some would say that, Phandelver is just, it's not always been about that.
No, I suppose it hasn't. But patches are coming. Updates.
Was
Phandelver 2.0.
I believe I heard that much of Phandelin's success originally was due to the mine that has unfortunately collapsed.
The mine, I can assure you, is in perfect working order. There was a collapse in recent history, but all has been resolved.
Mhm.
Thoughts and prayers to the families.
Indeed. Also heard that you guys had a hell of a storm about 5-6 days ago.
Yes, the spring showers are here, for sure.
Nice. So much so that even the tavern over there closed down. Sleeping Giant
Sleeping Giant, it's closed?
closed down just for the night. It was
Oh,
so rainy.
sure.
Crazy. Don't see that much down in the swamps. You know, it's the usual. But over here happens, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember anything special about that night? Anything different?
Let's see. The night. Which night was that?
You said we rested, right? We're starting on a new day. But
Yeah, this is morning.
Approximately 6 nights ago.
Yeah, we've been sick.
I do not remember 6 nights ago.
Okay.
He looks through some of the paperwork. 6 nights ago. Yes, there was a storm. There was a storm
service
that
thoughts?
night. He is looking through a complaint. He's looking through the notes. He's like, yes, Gladys complained that the thunder was too loud. I remember this.
I see.
No reports from the red brands that night?
No. No, not that I know of.
Oh, and with 6 nights ago having to do with do you know anything about Elsa or Morgan?
So he pauses, a long, awkward pause, as he thinks for a moment. Morgan, the woodworker.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, Morgan. Yes, he lives right across the street. Does great work. He put in this flooring.
Fantastic floor.
Indeed. He also built the table and did a lot of the renovations here at the hall. Great woodworker. Would recommend.
Seemed like he absolutely knew who it was and he was just stalling, or
it took him a moment to remember.
I
We
just
can
realized
do an
I've
insight
done
for more.
this entire time.
We can do an insight for more.
Did the surface thoughts check out?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Surface thoughts, that's a good one. He has no idea who Elsa is. He intentionally didn't respond to Elsa because he has no idea who that is. Morgan, on the other hand, he... Say again?
I pass that information along to Chris.
Morgan, on the other hand, it takes him a moment, but he does remember. It's like, oh, yeah, Morgan. I do remember him. Big guy, woodworker. And then he just kind of... And he doesn't want you to know that he doesn't know who these people are. He wants to seem like he's well in tune with everything going on in town. He is clearly not. He is clearly failing at this.
nice.
And his speech pattern, he says that Morgan lives right across the street and he does good work. And all of you get the feeling that he has no idea that Morgan's even missing. Morgan's even not even around. Yep, Morgan, right across the street. Big guy, great work.
Perfect.
Should go introduce yourselves after this.
How long you been at this?
6 years, going strong.
6 years. And you seem to you just know everybody really well, is that right?
I keep my ear to the ground very closely, yes.
Yeah, I imagine everyone in a town that has not yet flourished into the Jewel of the North, as it soon will, knows each other very well, because as of yet, it is not a very large city.
Benefits of a small town. Yes, we all know each other.
And you've met Phyllis the cobbler, yeah?
Yeah, Phyllis. I did. She's pretty good. Top notch.
It's
Perfect.
Might I ask, Town Master, how did you come to occupy your position?
Voted in. A life of politics.
I see. Well, I'm not surprised a man of your political acumen was voted into this position.
He looks at his fingernails. You know, I'm a friendly guy.
I look back to Cress.
Harbin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you how does this voting process work? Was it a local vote, or did they send you in from Neverwinter?
Oh no, I've lived here in Phandalin my whole life. I was voted in after the previous town master stepped down.
Surface thoughts?
The previous town master, an old woman. She lives on the outskirts of town. Good relationship with Harbin. Jealous but friendly. And he was thrilled when she stepped down and was campaigning aggressively for the votes.
Well, Harbin, that seems like a golden opportunity. And then, what about, was there issues going on that brought on these red brands that you wanted to do, or something that really made you make this wonderful decision you're so proud of?
Well, I did have some guidance from some friends over at Neverwinter. They suggested, or they killing me, Chepe. Throwing me off.
Oh, sorry. I thought I got the mic away.
He mentions that he has friends in Neverwinter that have kind of been guiding him, but he is like the figurehead, and he tells you that it just felt like the right time to start expanding Phandalin.
Do I get the sense that this guy's basically the head of a puppet government?
A puppet government.
Or that, so he's kind of being controlled by someone in Neverwinter? Or a group of someone's?
Yeah, that's a safe assumption. This guy has no leadership skills whatsoever.
Okay. Do you know why they suggested the red brands particularly? Surely there are many groups that could have provided security that have a less complex reputation.
Because we wanted the best. And he knocks on the table.
Does this sound like something he thinks or something he was told?
Both.
Okay.
Only
So
the
he
best
told it and
and most expensive.
How much are you paying the red brands?
Well, that depends on their position. But if you're interested, they do have a job. They do have a spot available. We would love to have someone of all of your talents join up. I can put in a word. All of you look capable enough.
You wouldn't want us. We are very capable of everything.
We are quite overqualified, but thank you.
Fair enough. Know your own value. I can appreciate that. But yes, I maintain regular correspondence with my contacts in Neverwinter.
Who might those contacts be?
I gave them my word. They prefer to remain anonymous. And as surface thoughts, the letters that he's been receiving are in his office through this door.
I will relay that information to Crass.
Does Phandelver have a freedom of information request
That sounds
system?
mighty legal, sir.
Sounds mighty what?
That sounds mighty legal, sir.
Indeed. And if it wasn't, can always change it.
Oof.
Ooh, jeez. Okay. Oh,
Do you
Great.
find it easy when things are flexible like that?
Indeed. The great
Have
thing
you
about
made
being in
anything-
charge.
have you made
In
anything?
Go ahead, Veggie.
Any major changes to the laws recently?
Nope. I think we're fine right where we're at.
Oh, what kind of power have the Red Lions been granted?
He describes police force basically.
Okay, so they basically have power to enforce law, but not to judge someone, or
Almost complete power.
oh, so they're judge, jury, executioner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's okay. Good to
Alright.
know.
Well, thank you for that. That's all I have for you. But I believe Mr. Akilos here had some questions about the borderline trees and the way you're handling kind of ancient relics and memorial things like that. And then Crass is gonna look at you, Akilos, is distract him.
Actually, good thing Akilos actually has a couple of questions for him here. I'm curious, Townmaster Harpin. You have a magnificent tower that you have been erecting outside. Was there any damage to it in the storm?
No.
Did you perhaps see anyone come out to secure it, to make sure of that?
From what I recall, that storm wasn't that bad. It's just a little bit of rain.
Oh, I see. It's good that it didn't impact the construction then. Has there been much construction since the storm? Was it perhaps significantly shorter a week ago?
I'm sorry, say that question again.
Has there been much construction since the storm? Like, for example, is it taller by so many feet that we could eliminate it as a possible viewpoint because of how short it was back then?
He tells you, all right, he says, well, mostly we're waiting on engineers to come in and build the clockwork. It used to be a watchtower, but I'm repurposing it to a nice clock tower. I think this town deserves it. Only the best and most expensive.
I see.
But
I can certainly see
those-
you're a man of
those clockwork gears take a good deal of engineering, especially at that size. So
Can't be cheap, can it? How
Oh, no,
how are you
very
aiming
expensive.
to fund all this?
he kind of looks confused. Money.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
But with money, of course.
Money.
He looks. He
How
like
are
looks.
you getting the money?
He kind of leans back, puts a hand on his hip, leans back, and just kind of takes in all the expensive things that he has in this room. Yeah, look at this place. We're doing very well for ourselves. Our minds are prosperous, of course.
Speaking of prosperous minds, I apologize. I thought you said prosperous minds, as in what's in your head. It just so happens that one of these adventurers that has just walked in here, that person being me, is quite experienced with clockwork devices. I could take a look.
Ooh, that would be very useful.
Is it, may we go in there and so I can give you perhaps a quote?
Roll a persuasion.
Can I guidance this?
Absolutely.
Is this something that I specifically have to roll?
No.
I better
Whoever's got the persuasion can do it.
I got a -1.
While we're getting a persuasion roll.
Now you have a normal.
You have a 0.
While we're getting a persuasion roll, Crass, you didn't notice it.
I'll roll persuasion.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
Crass, you know that Townmaster Harbin does not live here. He's clearly the only person that works in this building. You can see on the map where his house is, and it's a distance away from here. Breaking into his office would be significantly easier at night.
Okay. Perfect.
Anyone else more charming than a -1?
Oh, we got an 18.
I got an 18.
Without nice.
Any guidance or anything.
And he rolled a 1 on the guidance.
Oh,
so
gotcha. 19.
Here you are. He gives you the key. This is the only key to the tower, so I would like it back when you're done.
But of course, thank you very much.
Well, you have been a most gracious host, Townmaster Harbin. Perhaps we'll get to meet again before I leave town.
Sure. Do you like the mirror, my slimy friend?
Yes, I couldn't help but admire it over the table. It looked to me like perhaps this is just a way that it looks in the image, but it looked to me like the objects in the mirror were like magnified somehow.
That could just be an effect. That's
Okay.
It is a non-magical mirror. We'll go ahead and clear that up.
Okay. And
Sam, is anything in this room magical?
I wish I would have given that more thought. There's definitely magic in the office, but we'll say that there are some magical objects here, but you're unsure of the nature of the magic. We'll say like one of his quill and ink is magical, and his hearth is magical.
What about the lemon?
The lemon.
The lemon tree. Oh yes, both trees are magic. Both trees are magical. We did visit this group did visit Darren Edermouth's orchard, right?
Negative.
We did not go to speak with the hunter guy. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Not yet, no.
There are lemon trees. Right, as you were. But yeah, small magical objects. His quill, his hearth.
But nothing too like strongly magical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, and his trees are magical. Go ahead, Chris.
I want to have chat work just kind of boost me up. Because I just want to look through the window. Because even if we come back and break in through at night, I want to see if there's anything that catches my eye that's in here just from peering into the window.
Sure. I do have a handout for his office, or at least I thought I did. I might need to drag it over.
Stop moving, chat work. Just
The big thing that stands out is there is a musket hanging over his desk, or hanging like behind the desk.
I see you have a firearm.
You do not see that. That's out. That's
Oh wait, no,
in his
I
office.
I don't see you have a firearm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're. Go ahead.
Other things of note. So I kind of have to do this from memory. I do have a handout. Oh wait, no. Oh, here we go. I just pulled it from come on. There we go. So he's got 2 bookshelves. You can't really make out what kind of books are there. There's a ledger, a large bottle of alcohol, a timepiece, a water clock, and yeah, the magical musket.
Oh, it's a magical musket.
Whoops. Yes, it is magical. Like, yeah, we collaborate that because you did get detect magic from the office.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need. And then I will come down from the boost of Kachatbrook. See Akilos just watching us.
Not what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like.
I was going to say you are not looking for clues.
What are you doing, Antoine?
Oh, just admiring myself before I make my exit.
As you leave, Harbin stands in front of the mirror and starts practicing a speech.
Can I see what's in that book?
What book?
What's on that book? The open book on the lectern?
Oh, speeches.
Oh, speeches. All right.
Yeah, you see,
farewell.
it's disparate. There's like, he actually has, he's actually been writing notes as we've been talking. He's coming up with ideas like, ooh, that sounds really good. The new jewel of the North, and like writes it down. And as you guys are like, as Crass is asking questions, like, ooh, I like the way that sounds, and like writes, just kind of writing down things you're saying and the way they sound. Emphasis on such and such.
All right. Farewell, Town Master. Make Phandelver great again.
Make Phandelver great again. Writes it down.
Benji, no.
He scratches it out. Phandelver was always great. Phandelver was never not great. All right. Where to next?
Oh.
All right. I will relay to everybody else. There is, in fact, a magical firearm in there, and would like to investigate at nighttime. But before then, we can go and check out these other destinations.
Might I pop into the clock tower before we do that?
Oh, yes.
Is it known here at night, though? Can't we just go back at night?
I have a key.
Oh, yeah, true. My bad.
And permission.
Is what at night?
Never mind. I was like, no one's there at night. I thought we were talking. Never mind. It cleared up. We're good.
All right, the clock tower. It is locked. Unlocking it, going inside.
Yes, sir.
It is a spiral staircase that leads up to
Staircase.
Spooktober. The spiral staircase leads up to the top of what once was a watchtower. It's now being repurposed into a clock tower, unfinished. There is a lot of mechanical components that need to be brought in order to finish this clock. And yeah, what do you do?
Does it look like there's a clear shot from the top of the clock tower?
Making your way
Or
to the
at any point?
top of the clock tower. Yes, there is a crystal clear shot. As I've already established, I don't remember my exact dialogue that I gave you. Let me check it. Town Master's 150 feet away. 45 meters. Gaudy Tower connected to the Town Master's Hall. The shot would be simple enough. With a little training or a little luck, any commoner with a functional set of hands and eyes could kill someone from that distance. 18% likelihood. I finally wrote down the percentages. I know I said I was going to do that. 18%.
And there's... Okay.
Can we investigate any signs of perhaps gunpowder, any stashed weapons, any evidence that someone was camping out here waiting for the right moment to strike, that sort of thing?
Sure. Perception.
Like, I'll do that. I have good perception.
I'll back you up.
Great.
Actually, I kind of blazed through that or quickly read through that. I forgot. I didn't write this until after. This is your investigation. This is just part of your investigation from before. The gaudy tower connected to the townmaster's hall. The shot would be simple. With a little training or a little luck, any commoner with a functional set of hands and eyes could kill someone from that distance, 45 meters away. 18% likelihood that the shot came from this tower.
I get the other percentage.
Right.
You know what? I kind of feel like giving you the percentages as you go to the locations. I think that would be fun.
How about the balcony?
Good question. That one was 60% likelihood. As a matter of fact, real quick, the balcony is dark and the room is well lit. The shot would have been easy enough for any commoner. You look to the ladder leading down to an alleyway behind the Stonehill Inn and begin plotting your escape. 2 minutes is all it would take. Morgan is dead and the killers vanish. Likelihood 60%. It's the balcony.
Right. So 18 perception.
Dust covers the upper portion of this tower. No one has been here in a very long time, much longer than 6 days.
This is not our location. Well, we might have found the gun, though.
How does that clock look, Antoine?
Yes, that's the other thing. I'm here for a reason. What would it take to make this a functional clock tower?
You have the skill set, but not the materials.
Am I able to put together like a requisition form or something like that?
You could not. From what you gather from Townmaster Harbin, the materials are on the way.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and you could with the materials handy, you could put it together.
Very well.
With the materials handy, you could put it together, and a set of hands because the stuff's heavy.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
All right. So, should we go to Alderleaf or the Sleeping Giants again?
We could always, revisiting a place we've been would. Isn't the Sleeping Giants the red brand one, if I remember correctly? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Okay, I had to look at the map. Do we know when the time when the red brands aren't there? Because I think they would have a problem with us checking the roof. Just a thought.
I think it would be best to go Alderleaf, Transcender Manor, and then circle back to the Sleeping Giant.
I concur.
Also, just when we get to it, perhaps they need someone to fix their leaky roof, given the absence of the woodworker.
It is a great pretense for us to gain access to the possible area.
Perfect. To the farm.
Wonderful. To the farm.
To the farm. Moving you over.
God. What have they done to the cows?
Oh my god. That's horrific. Oh my god, what? I'm gonna have nightmares.
I've always had nightmares about cows, but now they're worse.
Where's the silo? Is that in the shadows area?
It is not on this map. It's further east of this map.
Okay.
But as you approach the farmhouse itself, Kayleen is here. Around here somewhere.
She's right there near Molly.
No, I was looking for the handout. But yeah, there she is. Yeah, on the map. As you approach, she appears to be doing farming work. Looks like she's setting up to milk these horrific looking cows.
Oh, did someone have speak with animals, the pendant thing?
Yes,
That was Echolos, right?
We're going to have our group speak with animals as soon as it's activated.
Sure thing. And here's Kayleen. A halfling. Can't really tell from the picture.
Halfling. Okay.
She doesn't notice you as you approach. She's kind of whistling to herself. Gently pets Molly. Starts fiddling with some farming equipment over here. What do you do?
These are normal cows, right? They're not magic cows.
They are normal cows.
Okay, so they're just deformed. Got it. I'm just gonna shout a greeting.
Kayleen turns, looks towards you, and then walks towards the fence. Can I help you folks?
We're just new in town. I'm wanted to introduce myself, see what's going on over here. Looks like you have a very nice farm. I'm Elrin.
Pleasure to meet you. She reaches her hand over the fence.
All right, I'll take that. It's a handshake, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm a kleptomaniac, so I'm gonna take the handshake. Yeah, we just got into town after delivering shipment. Do you provide a lot of food for the town? A lot of the food that is eaten around here?
I do. I do most of the growing. There's some other farms on the outskirts of town.
And
I'd introduce you to my boy Carp, but I think he's off playing with his friends.
Oh, I've met Carp. Yeah. He's a good lad.
I don't know about all that.
Deep inside, he's a good lad.
I suppose.
Does he get in a lot of trouble?
He is just like his daddy.
Is that a yes?
Always ready to go on some grand adventures. Yes, he does. Yes, he is the little troublemaker.
He seems very set on following in our footsteps as an adventurer one day.
I'm aware.
You mentioned the boy's father. Is he in town?
No. I suspect he is dead.
Oh, my word.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just said I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for your loss. You said you suspect he's dead.
Yep.
I imagine this has something to do with the adventuring that you mentioned.
Indeed it does. Went out on an adventure about 6 months ago and ain't come back.
Do you know where he went?
Not a clue.
You know, our friend here, P.I. Crass, is a very talented solver of these mysteries. Perhaps if we knew some more information about your deceased husband, we could help bring some closure to this matter.
If you like, y'all look like adventurers yourselves, so I already know you're not going to take no for an answer. So if you're determined, I'll let you in. You can have a look through his things, and you can go get yourselves killed too.
Oh, I'm always ready to get myself killed. I'm gonna...
Come on in now.
Thank you. What's the vibe I get from the house? Well off, not well off?
Very well off. The father was an accomplished adventurer, did many adventuring, and clearly funded the entire, bought the farm, well furnished.
Okay.
We're in investigation.
Ooh.
The father was an accomplished adventurer. Made a sizable made a sizable fortune. I think that would be perception. Made a sizable fortune. Bought the farm with it. And Kayleen is clearly living off of those earnings.
And what was his name?
Oh, I wrote that down. Standby. Didn't have that ready, did I?
Obelisk.
No, I wrote it down. Large collection. While I'm looking that up, Crass, you haven't asked yet, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Yeah.
Her house is labeled friend. Cade Alderleaf. Missing for months. The rest you got to figure out. 6 months. Go and have yourselves a seat. Get comfy. She goes into the kitchen.
Is
The
there anything?
thieves' cant is labeled friend. Crass.
Looking around, does it seem like since it's labeled friend, does he have any insignias or anything that would pop up that he himself is put anything here that would be in thieves' cant?
That's a good question. So as you're you do not see any. You see no other thieves' cant in this house. Those of you that are in the living room, there's a number of paintings and trophies, just kind of showing off Cade's work or his history as an adventurer.
Any reoccurring themes or something that we could associate that he might be going after again, or is it just a mixed bag?
It is a mixed bag. This is just detailing all the random adventures that he's been on and come back from. A lot of the stories being told from these trophies have a running theme that he always comes back. Sometimes from the most outrageous scenarios, trapped in the Underdark by giant spiders, enslaved by fire giants. But the halfling luck somehow keeps him coming home. And he leans heavily on that.
So he looks like he was a very accomplished adventurer, far more so than we are.
Yes, one more investigation.
Oh, if you must.
I suppose I'll roll my thing.
It's the lowest I've had.
Guidance. Don't worry.
Were there any maritime adventures in there?
Sure.
That's 22 for you.
A ship attacked by a kraken left him stranded on a deserted island. He was saved by a drunk pirate who was a drunk pirate captain who was mutinied.
Aha! I knew it. Morgan.
Sea turtles.
Morgan
I was just about to
Nibley?
say, lashed a couple sea turtles together and sailed home. What did you get on your investigation? 22 with guidance? He was not a rogue. He was a mage.
Ooh.
Okay. So we get the sense that that's Morgan, the sea captain. Was Morgan?
No, you do not get that. Not all pirate captains are the same.
I thought perhaps it would be Morgan Nibley, but
No.
sorry, the other guy. The one who was mutinied, but I suppose not.
Morgan's captain? Did they?
Oh, that would be a fun connection, but no.
Okay. It's not that small a world.
Can we tell? Does he have like a spell book? Is he very much like a wizard?
Yeah, we'll go with wizard. Continue.
Kayleen, where's your restroom, if you don't mind?
Out back, she gives you directions to an outhouse.
Right. Hey, Sam?
Yep.
Can I see if there's any loose floorboards?
There are not.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I will say to her, can't help but notice that Mr. Alderleaf had quite a knack for escaping the jaws of death, as it were. Seems perhaps his luck finally ran out.
Yep. Crass, where are you headed?
Go over here and open the door and see what's going outside.
As you're walking through this hallway, you notice a painting of Kayleen, and she has a bow over her shoulder, bow and arrow over her shoulder, and she seems to be standing with a group of adventurers.
Oh.
How did you and Mr. Alderleaf meet?
Oh, how do people meet?
I know on one of the apps.
It's a boring story, not worth telling.
Insight on that?
Sure, from the kitchen.
Yeah, from the kitchen. I don't know where she is. Is she in the?
She brought you tea into the living room.
Oh, I should have. Did it like? Okay. Yeah. Here. It's
All right. What were you insighting?
Right. It's a boring story, not worth telling.
Probably a boring story, not worth telling.
Okay.
From what you gather, they met by generic means.
In this picture of her with
the one of the app.
Go ahead, Chris.
In this picture, does it look like Cade is in this?
Yes. They adventured together for a time. From what you can gather.
Come on, sweetie, you'll love it. All right. That's all I need out of there.
Sorry if you already said, but do you recall where he went when he went missing?
I do not. He spoke about some crazy artifact in some underground layer.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that narrows it down.
If you say so.
That's only every other quest.
Kayleen, does he have a room or something I can investigate real quick to get any clues? I don't want to poke and pry around your house too much.
This would be it. This is where he keeps all of his things.
He doesn't have any nightstand or anything. He stashes small things that might be meaningful.
Nothing that would lead you to your to where you, nothing that would lead you to his location.
Of course.
Was he involved with this new group that seems to be in town? These red brands?
No.
Mm. They seem to be getting more and more involved in the workings of the city, given quite a lot of power by the townmaster, as I understand. Has there been anything, any issues with them?
She just kind of shrugs her shoulders. Not my business.
You're probably a hell of a shot with a bow, aren't you, Kaylee?
Where'd you get that idea?
The pictures on the wall among a adventuring party.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Yeah, there was a time, but not anymore.
Was were you adventuring before Cade was, or the same time, both?
I was adventuring to survive. Cade was adventuring for thrills. When we had enough, she kind of looks around the farm. When we had enough to settle in and to take care of Carp and Carp's children and Carp's children's children, I insisted that we give it up.
And he seemed to think otherwise.
He could not give it up.
Now, part of this and a regular statute of my line of work, do you want him back?
Of course.
Perfect. Well, I'm happy to get any information that you may need, or better yet, find him ourselves, if so. But of course, as this is my livelihood, there will be a fee.
Uh-huh.
Is that of any issue?
No, I think we'll be okay.
Um,
If you bring him back, I'll happily pay you.
So, given that he seemed, I suppose, uninterested in the farming activities, is it safe to say he did not take an active role in, for example, the rearing of the livestock and tending to the crops, etc.?
No, he was fine getting his hands dirty.
Would it be okay with you if we looked around those other portions of the farm? Perhaps for something that might lead to him?
Have at it. I don't want you all to get the wrong idea. I want my husband back. I hope he's okay, but I'm a realist.
An adventurer's life can be a difficult one. I understand why you decided to settle down with your boy.
I'm well aware.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Miss Gay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Benji.
So we have Speak with Animals on, right? Or
Yeah.
does Ankylos need to be there?
Yeah, I'm getting out there, and yeah, we're gonna have it on.
Perfect. I want to clarify, Kayleen. Although the hope is we find Cade, but my services are investigating regardless of retrieving. I will do my best, but we'll come back with any knowledge possible. Make sure we're managing expectations.
I'm not. If you're saying that you want to get paid for information, pass.
Well, that is private investigation at the key. I can't assume you that I'm going to find him, but I will do my best, and nor can I tell you that he's going to be found alive when I do.
Thanks for the offer. Would you like some more tea?
Miss Kaylin, this may be a bit of a shot in the dark, as they say. But this property of yours seems, well, as you already mentioned, quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have to deal with intruders or that sort of thing?
She laughs. Insight.
Ooh, I got you.
You're in
From outside.
You're
I got you.
from outside. This is why I would like the party to
From
stay
outside? No?
fine, but I want the party to stay together. I don't like.
Fine. Okay, we'll stay together.
I mean, where is your character right now?
Not one.
Where's your character right now?
Oh, I was
Talking to the cows?
Yeah.
While the
I
party
was
is talking to
the cows.
Kayleen. So Kayleen's giving you information that you're not receiving right now, and there's skill checks involved that you're not a part of. That's why I would like the party to stay together.
Okay.
Cooperative
okay.
game. You too, Aklos.
So yeah, nat 1 insight.
I don't know if I got an inspiration from the.
You did. Oh, you got an
recap.
inspiration for the
Okay,
recap.
I would spend it on this.
Go ahead.
Okay, Ankylos, do you also have trained insight?
I do, in fact.
Proficient
So
insight.
go
Okay,
ahead
great.
and roll that
So
over again.
There we go.
oh, that's much better. 23. And if I add guidance to that, it's gonna be a 24.
All right. I actually don't remember what was
The
stated.
question was whether she had to deal with intruders on this big
that's
property, and she laughed.
Yeah. So the insight is that she is more than capable of. She believes that she is more than capable of handling intruders. We'll go ahead and do an investigation at this point. I think there's enough information out there. Or yeah, enough
I'll roll
information.
guidance for that.
You say investigation?
Yeah, an investigation for this one. So the insight. So we'll say this insight. She kind of like chuckles and like looks away. At the thought of intruders and a home invader. That's almost a funny thought, which kind of opens up the potential for this investigation, Crass. With a 24.
Yes, the Texan chuckle.
With the 28, I guess, or 25, whatever that is.
28.
Kayleen is the rogue.
Oh.
Yes.
A halfling rogue. That's a new thing.
She's
Never heard of that before. She's a halfling.
Is she halfling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But then Cade
They're
is
both
also
halfling.
Cade, halfling, and Carp are all halflings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Kayleen described adventuring, so you saw the painting, she had the bow and arrow, intruders, the friend marking, thieves can't friend, and the fact that she said she adventures to survive, you kind of get that street urchin, rogue, came adventurer kind of vibe.
And You wouldn't have happened to notice anyone attempting to access your property, say, about 6 nights ago during a storm?
No, I didn't see anyone.
Okay. And were you here? Do you recall?
6 nights ago? Probably.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Well, we should probably take a look around the farm, right, Cress? There
He
could
said
be
be right back.
information. Could be.
Yeah, I want to look in the
I don't know.
cellar.
I
Since we
want to
got
look in the
permission.
I want to look in the cellar.
The silo.
Oh, I thought it sounded like he said cellar.
Oh no, yeah, the silo. But should we talk to the cows first, Aquilos?
I'm certainly ready to do that whenever you'd like.
Let's do it. I guess I'm gonna. Cows are huge.
They are large-sized creatures. You approach the cows. They're grazing.
I'll activate the power for the party on that.
Sure. They are grazing. They look up at you as you approach and say nothing. Moo.
Is the grass to your satisfaction?
Let's see which one you talk to. Molly?
Yep.
Molly's like, it's perfect. I love it. Mmm.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Could we ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I take it you would notice people coming onto the farm.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Did you see anyone come here like 6 days ago?
6 days ago. Pip comes by. He's adorable.
Okay. Do you generally go inside when it rains, or do you have a barn where you stay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a barn off in the distance on the other side of the farm.
So were you inside when there was that storm a couple of days ago?
Which storm?
Well, let's see. I heard it rained about 6 days ago at night.
Yeah. Yeah, we were probably in the barn then.
Okay.
While it was raining.
Have you seen anyone looking at the property from a distance?
You mean
or have you been mainly focused on delicious grass?
well, the grass is delicious, but do you mean like that guy? She points across the road at a
Can I check that area?
At Lael, watching you from the rooftop.
Lael? Oh.
From the rooftop of the silo?
No, rooftop across the street.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes, like him.
Yeah, like that.
Just like them. Have you seen them over there like that recently?
Nope. First time seeing them.
What would you say is the most strange thing you've experienced recently. Most out of the ordinary, perhaps.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Probably a lizard
You-
person,
you
a
guys-
skater, and a goo walking into a barnyard.
Yeah, she'll say, other than you guys, strange thing that's occurred. Let's see. She will describe. Oh, you know what would be fun? She will describe telekinetic powers.
Like her having telekinetic powers?
No, Pip. She will describe Pip having telekinetic powers. She says things like Pip can move things with his mind.
Oh, that's the blacksmith's apprentice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
The Stonehill.
is there like a blue floating hand that moves things when he does it?
Nope.
That is alarming.
Yep. That's it. That's all she tells you.
You wouldn't happen to know where Mr. Cade went off to?
He spoke to. Oh yeah, she will describe a dwarf. There was a dwarf that came by.
It was a dwarf. Well, did he look like this? And I reproduce our dwarf who hired us for this thing.
That's the one.
So, perhaps this is connected to the map that our friend the dwarf had, and perhaps our adventurer is with him in the castle, or disappeared wherever this map leads.
Perhaps Sildar might be able to answer some questions regarding that.
Ah, yes, I bet he would.
So wait, Lanine's the one who's watching us from the roof, right? Or
Liel.
Liel? Who's
The
Liel
assassin.
again? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would. Yeah. Okay. Fuck.
Should make a
That's
video
all.
on how to take notes.
I don't have her name written down. Yeah, so yeah, probably. That'd be great. If you could make a video on how to take notes, that'd be great.
But would you take notes on it?
Great to have a Steely Sam upload. You know?
My ADHD doesn't allow me to write notes. I just can't do it.
I tend to, several hours before the game, go back through at like 1.5 or 2 times speed and take notes over again.
It's a powerful skill. I don't want to linger on this for too long, but it's a powerful skill even outside of D&D. It's literally a second brain.
Sam, D&D is the one time I don't have to take notes in college.
Fair enough. If you take good notes in college, that's good enough. Okay, so the cow tells you that that Cade, or tells you where, or gives you an idea where Cade ran off to, and he also tells you about Pip's powers. From what you can gather, Pip is probably a psionic sorcerer.
Right. Well,
Nice.
Do you guys have any more questions for Molly?
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, Molly. You've been very helpful. Is there anything we can do to make thank you for this?
What would a cow want? You can pet me.
Okay, I'm gonna pet Molly.
No, not there.
Okay, tell me where.
There, perfect, right there.
Okay, great.
She goes back to grazing.
Well,
all right.
If we're done interrupting dinner here, perhaps we should head over to the silo, or in some other way get out of Lael's line of sight.
I think the silo sounds fantastic.
Let's do it.
All right.
Lael is Lael near the edge of the roof?
Don't do it.
No, don't do it. I just want to know if I can do it, okay?
You're getting into Han Shot First territory.
Well, is she?
Is she close to the edge of the roof? No. She's also out of range.
Damn it. Okay,
yeah,
well,
I'm the worst.
There goes that wonderful plan.
The silo.
Right, so
it is a large grain silo with a steel ladder leading up to the top of it, and there's a walkway around the top. What are those called? Like a catwalk, I guess. Call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd call it a catwalk, right?
So I assume it would have been muddy when it was raining. What's the inside of the silo leading up to the ladder? Oh wait, the ladder's on the outside, right?
Yeah, the inside of the silo is just grain.
Outside, of course, because grain's on the inside. Okay. Right. I'm gonna go up. Signal crashed to join me, so we have perception and investigation up there.
Okay.
I've got a question for you, Sam. Was Ms. Kayleen doing the, and not to be stereotypical, but the barefoot halfling thing?
Of course.
Of course. Okay. Do you gentlemen see any footprints with shoes or boots?
Oh yeah. Do I? Is that survival?
That is a really good question. Talking about around the farm itself. Are there boot prints? That's interesting.
Indeed.
That is an interesting question. You do not see boot prints on the ground around the silo or around the farm. At the top of the silo, crass 90 meters away. I can't remember how many feet I told you. I switched to meters for Friday. 300 feet away. 300 feet away is the Stonehill Inn. Oh my gosh. The silo is 300 feet from Stonehill Inn, or 90 meters. A grain silo at Alderleaf Farm. We are now beyond the capabilities of your average commoner. A shot from this distance would be greatly affected by the wind and the rain. Only a highly trained archer could make that shot. 7% likelihood.
So you need someone with sharpshooter, basically.
7% likelihood.
Thank you.
Does it look like anyone knelt down here to take a shot, or with a gun, or like stood in a way that they would be able to use a bow?
This would have been a very good place, or you would have had a good. This would have been a good position to brace the musket.
I'm gonna look around at like kind of the railings and stuff like that to see if I see any marks or anything, like scratches, because if like firearm went off or if it was like a resting point.
You do not see any.
Any signs of like rations or that a person might have been camped out here for some time?
The rain would have washed away any signs of that.
Okay.
I do not think this is it.
Neither do I.
You couldn't really get a shot off here without being visible to anyone looking at it, right?
You are so far from at night in the rain, like even during the day, you're pretty out of sight. You're on like the edge of town. You're almost as obscured as Morgan was. But at night in the rain, no chance.
Oh. Okay. And it doesn't look like there's any marks to indicate someone would have taken a shot here or stood here recently?
Correct.
Okay. Is there any
No gun.
dried mud on the base of the ladder or on the rungs of the ladder?
Yes.
That would indicate someone walked through this area. Does it look, is it textured like boots? Or is
That
it,
you can't tell.
dang it. We might want to ask if she was here, if Caitlin came here recently, or when was the last time she went up? Because I think the rain probably would have washed away any signs of someone climbing up before then.
Let's do a DC 25 perception.
Ooh.
I'll back you up.
Okay, guys. Okay.
It all comes down to this.
Right, I'm gonna roll my. Let's roll this first.
24.
Damn it. Okay, 1. That's great.
Inauspicious.
Okay.
Hey!
26! Woo!
Nice. You are confident that the only footprints up here belong to Kayleen and Carp.
Okay. This is not our location.
Unless, unless she is the shooter, of course.
Oh. Yeah. That's, she can't use a longbow, can she?
Yes.
As a halfling?
I mean, she had a bow in the painting.
She could absolutely.
Yeah, but that'd be a short bow, because longbows are heavy weapons, correct?
Oh my gosh. Stop it. What are you doing? I stop. Look, man.
I'm trying to get an idea of the range that she could shoot.
All right. So I'm not going to criticize your method. I'm just going to tell you, I am not building, or I'm not writing this with mechanics in mind.
Okay.
Morgan, an arrow went through Morgan's neck and snapped his spinal cord, regardless of how many hit points he had or what level he was. I can assure you, it's not even a factor in my head. And an archer was up here shooting a bow. I don't give a damn what feats or class levels they had. When I say so, if you do want to use mechanics though, when I say trained, I mean not commoner. I'm being very deliberate about trained because I want you to associate the word, when I say the word trained, with class levels. Maybe not a specific class, but just class levels. Fighter, rogue, ranger.
And that would definitely. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm done. That.
So you mean to tell me you didn't have a solo session where you rolled out all these attacks and stuff?
I did not know.
All right.
Do I
can't
get a sense that
anymore.
a halfling archer could make that range, or any archer could make that range?
You are confident that Kayleen is one of the people that could make this shot. Absolutely.
Would these footprints still be here if she had not been up recently, like before the storm.
You're unsure.
God dang it.
We'll file that under unlikely.
Chris is just gonna kind of shake his head and be like, look at Elrin just watching this fucking mud on the street. Like, I'm pretty sure that would have washed off between 6 days ago, including the storm, and now. It's like, I don't believe she's the target here.
On to the next one.
Could be. Right.
Mind your feet in the cow pasture.
All right, so you wanted to do Manor and then Sleeping Giant?
Yeah.
Can
circle back.
I request Giant then Manor, because we're gonna wrap it up at Manor. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna call it at Manor after the Manor.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because some of you may know.
Right.
why that
Let's
is.
go to the Sleeping Giants.
All right, you make your way to the Sleeping Giant. Same. The usuals are here. What did I mark this as in Thieves' Crass? It was Haven.
Haven.
Yeah.
All right. Getting a second look as you approach the Sleeping Giant, you see that the roof has been repaired recently. Not something that you spotted the first time around, but now that you know.
Like, how?
Yeah.
Very, like days.
Like less than
One
6
day.
days?
2 days, 3 days.
That you're unsure. Can't get that specific. Within the 10-day, we'll say
Does it
that.
look like it's has it rained since we got here?
It has. I wish I would have said that throughout the days, but yes, it has rained since you've been here.
Okay.
It is the rainy season.
Well, yeah, but rainy season in Oregon and rainy season in, say, California, they're two different things.
It has rained since you've been here. It strikes you what immediate... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
What strikes you immediately as you enter Crass, again, having a second look at the Sleeping Giant, this place is run down. The floorboards are all messed up, the walls. Morgan has clearly not done any maintenance in this place. But now that the roof is repaired, the roof stands out to you the most. Because unlike the roof, everything else is in shambles. So it was clear that the roof was an anomaly.
Huh.
Wait a minute. Who repaired this roof?
That you're unsure of.
We don't know.
What I'm trying to say is Morgan's work is clearly not present here at the Sleeping Giant, but the roof has been repaired recently. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Yes. Perfect. I'm gonna walk in and we get any looks from our wonderful friends here.
Yep, they just kind of look at you, Inspector.
Tip my hat. Go up to Greska.
I actually generated a painting.
Highly. Oh! This is highly illegal. And I love it.
Disgusting. As you approach the counter,
Highly illegal painting.
the painting behind Greska stares at you. Disgusting.
I avert my eyes. To not
I can't believe this is here. This is horrible. You know, I could take it off your hands if it ever becomes legal trouble.
It's one thing. The illegal gambling in the corner, probably some drug use on one of these tables, but this.
Who's going to enforce it? Who's going to enforce it? The red brands who are doing it? No. But this, they should.
It's unacceptable, really. All right, continue.
This really, I think, drives in the corruption of the red brands. If they're not doing something about this, They don't care about the city's well-being.
Corruption. the corruption. Go ahead, Chris.
Kreska,
Inspector, welcome back.
indeed, happy to be back. I noticed. When did you get your roof repaired?
About 6 days ago. Fixed it myself.
Insight.
I got this. Hopefully.
Wait,
I'll back
didn't
up.
the-
Does
here.
anyone else have insight trained?
Hold on. Didn't the mayor say that the storm happened 6 days ago?
Yes.
We also know it
Lines
happened
up with the
the
storm.
same night
Yes.
he died. Does anyone else have insight proficiency?
I do. I'm backing you up.
Okay, so I can do this with advantage.
Yes. Whenever you're doing insight, as long as you and Iculus are here, you guys can do insight and advantage.
Okay. Now let's add my. Okay, so that's an 18.
Okay. She doesn't appear to be hiding anything. And we'll go ahead and add a perception to that for a little bit more.
I got that
I'll
as
back
well.
you up.
Great.
The amateurish work of the roof job checks out.
Well, you did a job.
I did ask.
Yeah.
I don't
Could we
suppose
get
you.
a round of ale just for the group?
Uh-huh.
You repairing that? Is that why you guys were closed down that night?
That's right.
I heard all about it.
Yeah,
Was it just,
shut it down for the night. Went up there and patched the roof up.
Oh, look, I'm not much of a handyman myself. How long did that take you?
Long enough.
Suppose so. What about the leak was just extra bad? You decided to replace it that night?
Yep. Had
A lot of
enough.
stuff is. You had enough of what?
The leak. She points at where the patch, or she points at where the repair took place, and then points to like where the leak would have been.
I don't suppose you want a professional to take a look. I take out a set of tools that with magical tinkering I can make into any set of tools, and I make it into woodworker's tools.
You're a professional. Just
But
my
of
luck.
course,
Just my luck that we'd get a woodworker in town after. But yeah, I suppose I give you a couple round of drinks and a meal or two
Oh,
if you go up there and
so
fix it. She kind of
Sounds
grimaces.
Fantastic for you, Antoine.
She
yes,
kind of grimaces at having to admit that her job wasn't that great.
Hey,
oh,
I
so
can-
she very clearly knows that Morgan's not in town.
No.
No, actually, I think
Did
when
she
you
just
read
not
her
know that
thoughts,
Morgan
it
was
was
a
the
woodworker?
opposite of that. She said, I don't want that criminal around here. I think
Yeah.
she, in fact, does not know.
That's definitely the vibe. She also said explicitly that now we have a professional woodworker.
Oh, okay, I get it. I misinterpreted that.
Yeah. She from what you get, she does not acknowledge Morgan as a woodworker.
Which means she probably still interprets him as a pirate or
Sure.
yeah,
And then,
that
Kreska,
criminal.
while you were up there that night,
Mm-hmm.
did you by chance see anything abnormal? Specifically going around maybe towards the inn?
Nope.
Can I get insight on some of this?
Nothing of interest from this insight. Or nothing to gain from an insight.
Okay.
Do you have interior access to the roof, or do I need to go fetch a ladder?
There's a ladder outside.
All right.
She points out back. Well, she points to this door, but she says she tells you to go around.
Very well. I'll wait till we're done in here.
Can I ask what this is about, Inspector?
Just curious, but hearing stories. You and I had generated a decent rapport, so just figured I'd check in with you.
Sure.
Yeah, and you were alone. No one else came up there to say help or any reason.
Nope. The boys packed it up, or I sent the boys on, and they went to the Stonehill, from my understanding.
Hey, are all of the Red Brands still paying attention to us?
Yeah. Oh, Lael is not here, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, I assumed.
She is busy elsewhere. And here's Greska again.
Nice.
All right, sorry. What was the last question you said, Crash? Just
that was good for me.
That was it. She brings around a drinks. Sets them on the counter.
Well,
Greska gives me Holga vibes.
Sorry, Scorpion.
Nicholas will just drain his flagon there.
Same.
Nice. Well,
I'm gonna change mine blue first, and then I'm gonna do it.
Sure.
Like neon blue. Because I can't.
I would like to approach Tommy and Paige.
So they haven't met you yet, right? They haven't been introduced?
Nope.
Hey, have a seat, Lizard Man.
Great.
Crass will flick out his cloak and sit down.
Playing a little Three Dragon Ante. You familiar?
Indeed, I am.
They deal you in. Small blinds of gold.
Hey, can I try to see if anyone cheats on that game?
Sure.
I'm gonna stand here and do a perception or something. Can I roll that or?
You can roll. I'll let you know when the hand's finished.
How to cheat this game?
Alrighty. I'll put down a gold as I start to ask them some questions. Hi. So, I see you guys, and the other one. What was her name? That was here yesterday when I was here.
Talking about Lael?
Yeah. Are you guys separate, like a separate chunk of the Red Brands, or why don't you sit with the other group over there?
Why don't we sit with Titus and his boys?
Yeah.
I don't really know. Which one are you talking to? Tommy or Paige?
I guess to kind of both of them.
Paige will do the talking. She'll say, I don't really know them that well. Haven't really gotten to know them. We're new in town.
Oh, so you joined upon coming to town? Would you say, or?
Yeah, we heard about the job. I used to sell horses in Tribor, but my business we got robbed, and it did a lot of damage. So I had to find a new line of work. Decided to take this job. Met Tommy on the road.
Did along with the other Red Brands?
Seemed fine to me.
Okay.
I'm curious, how long have you been in town? When did you join up with the Red Brands?
Been here about a month. Sound about right, Tommy? Yeah, it was about a month ago.
It's a lovely little town.
It's all right. Quiet. A good.
Nothing.
Tommy kind of raises his drink and says, "A good place to reestablish the horsing business." And Paige just kind of sips her drink and says, "We'll see." You can go ahead with the perception.
Ooh.
Elrin. And you can go ahead with your questioning, Crafts.
Did you guys meet up with Leo?
25.
Not cheating. No. Leo just happened to be sitting here. That night, we don't really know her that well. Sorry. Just kind of quiet.
How do you guys feel about the Red Brands as a whole? I haven't really heard too much about you guys till I got to this town.
Yeah, fine. Seem fine so far.
Just another job, is that?
Yeah, pretty easy, pretty chill job. Not a lot that goes on in town, so there's not a lot of enforcing that needs done. So basically, just getting paid to.
Do I get the sense that they don't know about Morgan?
So I basically get paid to sit around and have drinks. She kind of says that quietly, so nobody on the other side of the bar can hear.
Yeah, do I get the sense that they don't know about Morgan?
You are unsure.
Okay.
You guys heard of anything interesting happening? What was the last case of activity you guys found?
Let's see. Sleeping Giant closed down for the night couple nights ago. We all went over to Stonehill Inn. Wasn't bad. A lot of miners there. A few of them seemed nice. I didn't really talk to any of them, but I overheard a few conversations.
Oh, yeah? Anything towards the end of the night or so? Maybe Titus and the crew went off and did something?
Yeah, I think Titus and the boys wrapped it up early that night.
How late did you guys stay?
We stayed the night that night. Separate rooms, as she insisted.
That was the next question, but
So
Paige has a head on her shoulders.
Oh,
so you wouldn't say you went to hang out with them when they went out?
And out?
No, just Tommy and I. Tommy and I. Gambled with a couple of dwarves. I don't remember their names. Torch. One of them was called Torch.
Oh, I met Torch. Nice fellow.
Yeah.
The other one didn't look by chance like this, and I show the guy who hired us. I have his name.
Rockseeker.
Gundren. Rockseeker. Gundren.
She says, "Nope, haven't seen that one." Couple of dwarves and a human. The human was Torch was the human. I remember that because the dwarves made fun of him for not being able to see it dark in the night.
It is a weakness that I would not enjoy having, but
she shrugs. So, any of you folks want to buy a horse?
How much are we talking?
50 gold a pop. I got 4 of them.
That sound so like. If presumably he's talking about something that isn't a horse, but I'm not picking up what he's putting down. So
no, I think he's talking about a horse.
She is literally talking about a horse.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Can I see the horse?
I'll be right back, Tommy. Come, let's peruse my merchandise.
Shall we all go together? I look back like, am I being led to?
I'm gonna
Like a-
follow because Sam got irritated the last time we split the party.
Plus, I want you guys to follow me. I don't want to be led like a horse to the stable.
Right
Or
this way.
lambs to
Step
slaughter,
into my
depending.
parlor, little flies.
Exactly.
I want to make a big flubber.
Come on.
Take offense.
Yep. She introduces you to 4 very beautiful looking horses. Very well. They seem well groomed, well trained, well taken care of.
Can we ask them a few questions?
Are you asking Paige if you could talk to the horses?
Yeah.
Cool trick. Go for it.
Nicholas?
Yeah,
It's still active.
activate it. Okay.
Oh, I gotta pull up their names. Yeah, go ahead. As you approach, one of the horses looks at you. Hello.
Hi. Are they grazing?
No.
Or they're not?
Have you guys ever heard of a place called Candy Mountain?
Jesus.
Let's go to Candy Mountain.
That's what I got from the voice you did for the hello. That's
Whatever you do, don't get
Candy
us shunned,
Mountain,
guys.
Charlie.
Just don't get us shunned.
Where are you guys from?
Tribor.
Did you
This one is Scout. Let me copy paste this. There you go.
Rusty, gentle and dumb.
So Scout is the one you're talking to right now. I'm Scout, and we're from Tribor. What about you?
I suppose originally I'm from the Underdark, but most recently I called Neverwinter my home.
Sounds nice. I've never been.
How did you and your crew here come to be in the possession of this one over here?
I don't understand. Which one?
I'm like nodding my head towards Paige.
Oh my gosh, Paige is the best. She practically raised us.
Okay.
Where are you staying in town? Just here?
Uh-huh. Scout looks at you, Antoine, and says, Paige gives the best trimmings in like Scout trots in place. Look.
Huh. Let's talk to Casper. Is Casper a white horse by chance?
No. You look at Casper, says, sup.
Greetings. You know, Scout tells me that you all have been here for some time, yes?
Yeah, what of it?
Well, I was wondering, since you stay here, if you noticed anything about 6 days ago when it was raining and all the red brands left this place.
Uh-huh.
You seem like
Scout?
observant.
Yeah, the red brands left. Shut the place
And,
down.
did you see? Can you see the roof from here?
Does it look like I can see the roof from here? It does not look like you can see the roof from here.
And did it seem to you like Greska stayed behind?
Who?
Right. You're not familiar with Greska?
No. Which one's that?
Big lady, big old mitts. Runs the bar inside.
Orc?
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
She's all right. I
I'm
guess.
surprised they take the horses into the bar.
They don't. I don't want to go in there anyway. It looks stuffy.
They're not too far off.
Anyway, yeah. Greska, whatever her name is.
I sometimes forget to drag in as the father, and then he types stuff like that in chat.
Sorry.
The bartender would be required by law to ask why the long face in that case.
All right. Any other questions for the horses?
I guess I just.
I am excited for Halloween Scorpion. You take a look at him. As you kind of like scan him, Dolly kind of lifts her head up. Like, yes, you may admire us. Good stock, no?
What? Does it appear to be good stock?
They are definitely... Beige definitely ran a high-end horse business from the looks of these horses. She is an accomplished farrier based off of their grooming.
All of these seem to be very fine horses. I don't know if anyone is interested.
What does that mean? So you're not interested?
I mean, I'm asking specifically to the members of my group who might be particularly interested.
Rusty starts licking his nose, like sticks his tongue in his nostril.
And you said 50 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Do you offer like stabling? You know.
Yeah, if you want to keep them here, I suppose that's okay.
Huh.
I'll even help with the upkeep.
Who is going to be the best horse?
Oh, pick me!
The gallop flab.
Oh my gosh. Pick me. You won't regret it. I'm the best.
Is that Dolly?
That's Scout.
Or
Dolly's
that's
like,
Scout.
Dolly's like, you wish.
I'm trying
These
to think about...
customers. Dolly's like, these customers are looking for quality, and I think we all know where that is.
Right. So I don't think I'm gonna look at Dolly. Not too sure about this one.
Do you have anything to say for yourself, Rusty?
I like turtles.
Oh my god, that's one of the main requirements I have in a horse.
So profound.
That's definitely the one.
I'm like, when that horse dies, will he even know?
Rusty scoops up a large rock into his mouth and then spits it out and shakes his head. No, that's not food.
Oh,
do any of them seem like different? To have different capabilities, like one being like hardier or anything like that.
Same stat block.
Really? Is Rusty's not like one lower?
It is not.
Okay, so he's just dumb in a non-stat way. Understood. So
You
I
can't
don't
help
know.
but wander
Scout-
toward those mechanics. Huh?
Yes, I can't. It's a curse.
Sure.
I'm very
Rusty
numbers
has one
focused,
less
Sam.
intelligence and one more
Okay.
charisma.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Rusty seems like a very charismatic horse. I don't know. I'm actually really tempted to like buy Scout,
I told
but I'm not sure what we
you.
would do with a. I'm not sure what we would do with a horse.
Just ride it around.
I mean, I had
You could
horses
ride
growing up,
Into
and I
glue,
We could
obviously.
ride
Oh
all
my
day.
God.
no.
You didn't know.
You do
so
not
here
do
are your
that.
options. That's
Oh my gosh, we could ride for so long.
I
Over
hand
the place.
I hand Page 50 gold and say, whatever horse that one picks out. And I point to Elrin.
Go ahead.
I think we'll choose Scout.
Goodbye, Scout.
A fine choice.
Page.
is there a
uh,
bundle discount?
Roll a persuasion.
I'll back you up, or I guess I'll
Guidance.
probably make it.
I'm not doing persuasion.
I
I'm not
have
doing
plus
it.
5, so I'll do it. Someone else has proficiency, right?
I think you're the best.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
someone
have
else
it
has
anymore.
it, so he can have
Yeah,
advantage.
someone else has
right?
it. You get advantage, but it's your
Thank you. See, better the 20 than the 1,
Woo!
right? Better the 20 than the 1.
Very nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, we do 150.
Oh, for all four.
150 for
Have,
all
have
four.
we still got that left, though?
We do.
Okay.
We have 180.
I think we only need because I'm gonna get out of speak with animal. Do they understand us if we're talking in common or only if we're using the spell?
We'll say that you. No, they'll say that you understand. They can understand you as long as they can hear you. So I don't feel like I'm talking a specific way so animals can understand me. I don't really like that. So we'll just do. If you are talking, they can hear you. If you have another
Okay.
language, we'll say, but it will say only common.
Does anyone speak Elven? No.
I do.
I-
Still.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think Dolly is a bit too proud for my tastes.
Oh,
saying that in
so
Elven.
It's not an elfin proud, then it doesn't count. For
No.
Yes,
Oh.
only elves. Only elves can be that proud because only elves have been so great as to earn that kind of pride.
Pretty sure horses have benefited me more than elves my entire life.
I don't know. I had
As
this
a
ride
matter
with
of
this
fact,
one now.
I'll take Dolly.
Then I will take the sarcastic one.
Good.
I call Scout.
Very well.
Unless you wanted the sarcastic one, Beef. I'm very torn between that one and the turtles.
I have no strong opinion on which horse I get as long as it carries me to one place from
I think-
another.
I think you should take Rusty.
What are you trying to say by that?
There's no. What's the equivalent? Does the Lords Alliance have an equivalent of the Fifth Amendment?
Not that you know of.
The Sixth Amendment.
You could say you could. I mean, you could say I plead the fifth and like
I would
whatever
I would,
the equivalent would
be
be.
quite
that's fine.
chalky. Does not look good on you.
Well, I choose Scout because Scout is very nice.
Oh, I'm gonna be so nice, and we're gonna go on so many rides. It's gonna be the best. Dolly approaches you, Crass. Yes, I suppose you'll be an adequate owner. I do have a list of needs, though. Are you prepared to write them down?
See, this is why.
I'll not
She's
be writing any needs down, but I can maintain proper care if that's what's needed within reason.
you're going to need to write these down. And
Oh!
she goes on a very long list of dietary restrictions, massage timings.
Oh my god, you got a stuck-up noble for a horse.
Gluten free. That
No
sounds
less-
tragic.
No less than 20 minutes at the park at dawn.
And Jolly, when was the last time this was your needs like this were met?
I find Paige more than adequate as an owner, if that is what you're getting at.
Perfect. Well, we'll do as we wish, but you're an adventurer now, Dolly.
Oh, no, we won't be doing that.
See, this is why I chose Scout, because Scout is enthusiastic for everything, I think.
Oh my gosh, we're going to go on so many adventures. Suck it, Dolly.
Don't worry, Dolly. If we find a certain southern belle anywhere, I'll be sure to drop you off.
Well, for now, I think we'll be leaving you all in Paige's care as we do our business here in the city. I will make sure to come around to do some riding sessions with you, Scout, so we get to see the city.
I will allow it.
Antoine, like, from a standing position, stretches his leg, like, impossibly over the horse to get on. Just to, like, trot about for a minute, see what's what.
Which one is, you bought Casper?
Casper.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I suppose not, but you know what would impress you? Doesn't seem like there's very much.
It would impress me. I suppose if you know how to ride a horse well. If you know what you're doing up there, I suppose that would impress me quite a bit.
I think I will get there in time.
So that's a no then.
Well,
Until then.
All right. Well, you just sit back. All right, I got this.
Well,
We're gonna go.
At it, our next destination seems a bit distant. I think
200 feet.
200 feet. Yeah, that's distant enough.
My
Yeah, Scott,
God,
if you want to
the distance you've got to
check out the
travel.
manor.
How many days will it take?
And the
No.
path winds. Oh man, we're looking at potentially 300.
Yeah, it winds.
I better get the front row parking spot. I don't want to walk to that.
Yeah. Come on, it's
Why did you park
200.
all the way back here?
Can you use the motor scooter at me?
Mom, can you pick me up at the front? I don't want to walk.
So, look, we just spent some gold on some horses, and I really want to ride my horse. I haven't ridden horses since I left my family's manor.
That's fair.
Except for that one.
Him, like, talking
Okay,
about
except
his
for 3.
needs and complaints, and then look over to my horse and be like, "And they think they don't like each other."
Sometimes identical forces repel.
I know you are not comparing me to this one.
Scout, do you need a break from Dolly?
What? No. She's fine. She's
Okay.
just different.
Insight?
Okay, come on.
I don't know what you're trying to gain from that.
I am am gonna look at Paige before she leaves,
Oh,
and just be
sure.
like, "Happy to take these off your hand and do business with you, Paige. You could do me a solid, and I'll pass her a card. If you happen to hear anything interesting about Morgan or Elsa around or amongst, you could let me know. I'd greatly appreciate it."
Sure. Morgan and Elsa. You got it.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna take Scout up to the manor because Scout seems to really want to go riding.
We're going on a heckin' adventure. I've never been up there, but I've seen it. I see it all the time. And I keep thinking like, oh, what's up there? There's got to be something, right? But I never asked.
Well,
get taken
we'll
up
find
there.
out.
Oh,
Right, I'm
look
going
at
to
it.
use my elven agility to gracefully mount
Oh,
Scout in the elven fashion.
Sure.
I don't know what that is.
In the most elegant way imaginable.
The
Hang on
most
just-
elegant and also slightly stuck up manner possible.
Sure.
1 second before we go, since I got permission to check out the roof, can I check out the roof?
Yeah. We got a little sidetracked.
Come on, being on task. Come on.
Oh, and I'm gonna put magical tinkering on one of Casper's horseshoes that just says, like, if lost, return to Antoine.
Okay.
Can you make horseshoes with speed? That'd be really cool.
Ooh,
I
that would be
think
pretty
Scout
cool.
would really like that.
Oh, I'm already
But-
so fast though.
But imagine being even faster.
I can't imagine that. Okay, you can do it.
I don't know. Can we do that?
Scout looks at you.
I-
Please.
I've got a long list of things I'm working on, but
Look at those eyes.
I will
Look at
put
those
it.
eyes and say no.
Look at my eyes.
I will put it on the list.
Scout, if anybody's getting shoes from my owner, it's going to be me. Can get in line. Isn't that right?
Yes, probably right. But we don't need to worry about it right now. I'm gonna go climb up this ladder.
The horse will be a practice for me before I am able to ride dragon.
I have to step away from my computer for a bit,
Sure.
so I'll be on call, but I won't be able to move.
Sure.
So
Rusty licks you. Good job, Rock.
Kinda.
I'm
I
rusty.
think you have salt on you. That must be it.
I'm rusty.
You
Yes,
will.
you are.
You will refer to me as a. Oh my god! I just had the word here, and I'm Nakir, your liberator.
Okay.
Does he know what that means?
He does not. Antoine, going up. Is it just you going
Yes,
up
sir.
there?
I hope not.
I'm going to.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Fun one. Here we go. All right. Sleeping Giant was how far away?
300.
How far? Sorry.
300.
It was 200.
It's 200 feet, not meters.
300 was the elderly farm silo.
We don't use meters.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sleeping
we
Giant,
did.
200 feet
No.
away. It's fine. We got both. 60 meters away. As you reach the top of the roof, Crass, the roof of the Sleeping Giant, you see the shadowy silhouette of the killer standing eye level with you, Crass.
Uh-huh.
No awkward angles, no accounting for elevation. This shot would have been effortless. However, direct exposure to the rain and the sloped roof could have had a negative effect. 12% likelihood.
Noted. Antoine, check the repairs, see if you find anything. Antoine, no.
We lost him.
Sorry, yeah,
The
I
dogs
muted
got to him.
because of my keyboard. Yes,
Someone
I'd
cast silence.
like to investigate the roof. For the repairs, because hey, I came up here for a job. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But also any traces of activity of that wouldn't match Greska's.
It definitely appears that somebody came up here and patched this roof. Not terrible. It works. Certainly not Morgan's work from what you've seen so far.
All right, I have to mute myself for a second.
Okay. Thanks for the updates. Any questions? Go ahead.
Like before, scratch markings of something that wouldn't be a tool, gunpowder.
Nope, everything checks out. This roof was patched that night.
Okay. Anything that I can do to improve the patching?
No. Looks good. Looks about as good as what you could do, at least without materials.
Okay. I hammer for a little bit, just like so that someone can hear me doing something up here.
Sure.
And then I take my leave.
Crash, did you have any questions about the?
No. There's not really anything else I can get up from here. Because we already got the information about the angle and what would cause it. He looked at that. Yeah, we don't see any like resting points for a rifle or anything like that.
No, not a chance. Even, so while there were, I could have sworn I wrote that down. So up here on the roof, it is sloped, so that would have been awkward. There's also like no way to prop yourself. It would have just been a straight standing shot. Nothing, even laying down, it would have really accentuated the slope, making that shot a bit more difficult. All right, continue.
That covers it. To the manor.
Tressendar Manor. The final location.
Spoilers.
The final location listed.
Better.
The red dragon approaches. The final location ever.
Right.
A red dragon with a sniper rifle.
It was the dragon all along.
You guys.
Side quest.
I
was the big quest all along.
I shot this guy from my lair 4 days away.
Could you imagine?
Even thought it would be a 3%, but it was a 2. The 1% was my lair.
Even in ruin, also very clever, Aklos, that you got that. It is 3% from here. Even in ruin, this mansion is an impressive structure. You can imagine it standing tall, looming over Phandalin like a watchful guardian. Now, broken pillars lie scattered about the home like grave markers. Sunlight streams through the mostly collapsed roof, overtaken with vines and moss. Over the years, nature has started to reclaim the structure, dragging it deeper and deeper into the earth. Did I move you over before? Yeah, okay, cool. We're good. And I do have a handout for it. Yep, here you go.
Krast will start doing his round.
Absolutely.
Antoine's gonna activate his armor to create a small defensive field around himself. It's like static electricity.
All right. So it's mostly weeds overgrown around the manor. When you reach the back, you can see a flower bed. Used to be here, but it is also overgrown. The flowers remain, though. It was well taken care of back in the day.
Back in the day.
This room right here, the roof has collapsed in. So this is a 2-story manor. The roof from above has collapsed into this bedroom. You can see it clearly because the wall is also partially collapsed as well. And inside, the collapsed roof actually acts as a ramp that could lead upward to the second floor.
And the angle in which to shoot was at the very top of this. Is that correct?
Yes. After looking through the manor, this is your spot.
All right. All right, I'll check this last side. Anything over here?
Nothing of interest on this side.
Perfect. Then I shall go where the DM is pointing.
From the outside, you can like climb over some rubble to get in.
Yeah.
This is bedroom 1. The room above has collapsed into this one very recently. It's hard to distinguish what belongs to which room. Investigation.
Let's know.
It's a DC 10. Can you even fail that? You cannot.
If I roll a 1.
Well, it's +9. You roll a 1, you get a 10.
Yeah.
That's funny. The room above must have contained a gun collection. Several pistols and muskets lay scattered about the floor. You see a thick layer of smoke powder covering the floor and furniture. One of the muskets looks serviceable.
Perfect. Does it look like it's been fired recently?
You cannot tell. It has been fired before, but you can't tell if it's been fired recently.
I pick up that one and at least one other.
Only one of the... Oh, and roll history as well.
Yes. Believe that's me.
Yep.
History.
19. Even one of these pistols or muskets would be incredibly rare. But an entire collection, this is quite the find if they were in their original condition. The owner of this manor must have been a collector. Also, based off the layer of smoke powder, they also had ammunition. And they were probably a gun nut. Go ahead.
Are any of these repairable by mending?
No, we are very far away from.
It would require some technical skill.
I hate
If
technical
only we
skills.
had somebody that can do that.
Oh, if only, yes. I will be doing my best. Rest assured.
So is the room above this one that we're in right now is the one that we think the shot could have happened from?
Right. So this room that you're in, the first floor room, is a bedroom. The room right above you was the gun collection. The gun collection collapsed and fell into this room along with the gunpowder, and the elements just kind of ruined the rest. But the way that it collapsed leaves you a ramp that has been traveled. You see footsteps.
Right.
No perception needed. Someone has definitely moved up this ramp and into this room.
Can we see? Do those footprints look rather recent?
Yes, very recent.
Okay. Perfect. All right. I would like to
Like
move that ramp.
6 days ago, recent?
I'm going to say very recent, and that's as good as it gets.
So,
Okay,
question
but how
for you.
how very recent?
That's
He
as
said that
recent.
as good as it gets.
Does
Damn
anything
it.
register
But
as
how
being
good
magic?
does it get?
Within the 10-day moving forward. Go ahead, Aclus.
Does anything register as being magical?
No, nothing magical here.
Gotcha.
Not even this serviceable musket?
Not even the musket.
So this is not our weapon.
One more
Well,
investigation. This one's going to
he
be
did mention-
25, Crass. Sorry.
He did mention at
Aclus.
the last of last session that if it were a gun, masked by the sound of the storm, a lucky commoner could make the shot even from Tressendar Manor.
Yes,
Didn't
but
he also say that all of his guns were magical?
Did I?
I don't think so.
I'd have to go back, but I thought he did.
The point being that there was no bullet, so if it was a gun capable of producing magical ammunition, this was not it.
Perhaps, but what if the magical ammunition wasn't produced by the gun? What if it was separate magical ammunition?
I don't know. Tell me if I'm stepping too far in saying this, but typically, when it concerns magical ammunition, say for example a walloping arrow, the arrow remains but loses its magical qualities once expended. It doesn't simply disappear, as
Yes.
opposed to something like the repeating shot enchantment,
Gotcha.
which
Yeah, sorry.
would
Let me clarify because I do it different. A magical weapon will produce its own. A magical ranged weapon will produce its own ammunition, and that ammunition will disappear after being shot. A magical ammunition put into a mundane weapon will remain after fired. So, if a bullet came from this mundane musket, a magical bullet came from this mundane musket and was fired into that room, it would still be in the room, and it would still be magical.
Didn't they try to clean up the scene of the murder, though?
I was close. Not if
Red
they
Brands.
shot from all the way here. Oh,
No,
they
but
didn't know.
when the Red Brands came in to... Because also
There
called
was
in
no
the Red
bullets that they know, and even when we brought up that it was a shot through his neck or something, she was still like surprised, and it was like a new concept to her. So perfect. I would like to go up the ramp, please.
Exciting.
Likewise.
At the top of this ramp, there is a window overlooking the entirety of Phandelver. It is a gorgeous view. The wall next to the window is completely gone. You can clearly see the courtyard in front. Looking from Tressendar Manor at Stonehill Inn. You ready for this?
Yep.
160 meters away.
How many feet?
I have it here. Manor, 500 feet. 160 meters away, 500 feet. Tressendar Manor looms over the entire town. Making the shot from there would have been a small miracle. A highly trained archer, with luck, could make that shot on a crystal clear day with no wind. Factoring in rain and wind, and you are starting to approach the realm of magic. However, not to be completely ruled out, 3%.
Noted.
Perhaps it would behoove us to find if there is an occupant in here.
Does it look at all like a notch or resting place on the window broken area?
You
Aiming
do-
that way?
You do not see one. Let me make sure this is good to post. This is all what I've already said, but this is just for your own record keeping.
Nice.
Balcony's dark. Yeah. So this is each of the locations. I posted in the Thursday chat. This is just what I read to you, what I wrote down. I'm just posting it so you guys can access it.
I take the mundane musket and I rest it on the window, and I take a deep breath just to, I don't know, imagine myself in the situation.
Roll a ranged attack roll.
Okay, but I'm not shooting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
You're visualizing the shot. I got you.
Wow, what are you doing? I want to try.
All right, you rest the gun. So again, the wall is also. I wish I would have generated an image for this. I'm going to try and draw it right here. So here's what you're looking at. Here's the floor. Here's the left wall. Here's the window. And then here's the ruined wall. So all of this is open.
Oh, I have to get closer so I can see.
Oh yeah. Let me. I'll just move the tokens over.
Dynamic lighting.
The light's too dynamic. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like a little corner next to a destroyed thing.
Yeah. So you could lay down on the floor and take the shot, or you could sit on one knee and brace on the window.
I'd imagine none harder than the other. Well, especially for skilled.
Depends on the shooter and what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I don't suppose if I went prone, I could attempt this with advantage.
You cannot. All right.
Okay. I got a 10.
Okay, Antoine. You rest the musket on the window and look towards Stonehill Inn at Elsa's room, or what you... Yeah, Elsa's room. Again, 500 feet away. You rest your eye, or you rest your face down on the musket, kind of line up the shot. You can see the room, you can see the window, and you kind of feel that that's going to be a difficult shot. And then suddenly it's dark and rainy. And you take your fictional shot and miss wildly.
Well, whoever did this, if they did it from here, a much better shot than I, or somehow much worse and very lucky.
It seems that way.
Does it seem from this corner that someone spent a lot of time here?
Yes.
Perhaps looking out any notes or scraps or stashes?
Nope.
Or anything like, I don't know, like a tankard of ale or something that would tell us anything about this person?
Actually, this is going to be a really good one. I almost want to make this DC 25. Let's do perception, and it's going to be a variable DC. 25 is the cap.
Elrin?
That's normally an Elrin roll, but he's away from computer.
Is he still away?
Yeah.
All right, then you roll it with advantage. 8 kilos.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Come on.
Guidance.
22. And
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. He's
guidance.
doing it.
Oh,
24.
close.
Dang it.
So close. Oh my gosh.
The guidance roll.
That ain't worth.
Yeah. Can we? No, I guess
Yes,
that's-
sure. It's one short. Oh, it's so painful.
I should have done the perception.
Yeah, you were away.
Reroll your guidance.
Okay.
All right, you can burn a inspiration on the guidance roll itself.
Oh, on the guidance. Yeah.
Yeah, try to get a 3.
Come on.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh!
I'm
So
inspirationing it too.
Open mine.
So close.
You're gonna keep
My
going.
inspiration. Anybody else reinforcing this with me?
All right, do it again. Come on.
There's another inspiration, and we got it.
Gloria,
We
this
did
is
it.
why we gamble at life.
This is amazing. All right. Well, hey, this information is valuable. So, a set of footprints leads up here. Somebody has been up here recently. With a DC 20, you realize that 2 people were up here recently. And with a 25, both based off of the footprints and how light the step is, both were elves.
Now, I think we can eliminate this because elves would never murder someone in cold blood. It just doesn't happen.
This is going to the top of my suspect list.
I think we might be walking with a traitor. I don't have the dictionary open. I can't say the funny word.
Antoine, 2 people, 2 elves have been up here recently.
No, it could have
Within
been a
the-
half elf.
Within the 10 day.
Da-na-na-na-na.
You don't need 60 feet of dark vision to see what happened here.
Now, hear me out. This could be just a misunderstanding.
Oh, be quiet, Charlak.
No, like I was
Like
with you.
referred to
okay?
before. I think you said
I was with
pleading the
you.
fifth.
That may be a good
I
idea.
was with you at the time.
Maybe I was wrong about you being a Sheilak. Maybe you are a blood drinker.
Now, hear me out, okay? What if it's like someone using shape-shifting powers decided to look like an elf? Because elves wouldn't do this.
It could have been my mom too.
Oh,
No, I was with your mom on the night in question.
Stop.
Wait.
Stop.
quit acting like a maniac and own up to your murders. Even a skip are above murdering someone in cold blood.
Even though
So who are the elves that we know of so far?
this is racial profiling, and I don't appreciate it.
Elrin, Jill, dial it back. Go ahead, Chris.
Among the red brands, which ones are the elves?
You are unsure.
Okay.
Mike?
Well, not unsure. You haven't met any red brand elves.
And there's only one we haven't met.
Well, there's 2. There's the Lael, which we haven't talked to, and Halia.
Lael gives elf vibes. Yes.
Lael?
Lay elf. Yes.
Lael.
I can't remember if I said specifically if Lael was an elf or not. And she definitely wears a lot of clothing over her head, but we'll just say based off like her movements and
The grace of an elf.
yeah, you can
She's
spot an
not
elf.
clumsy like humans.
Speaking of our lovely assassin friend, do I see anyone in the distance keeping an eye on us again?
You do not see her.
I think she's only visible when animals point her out. You know. So I'm gonna go. Can I ask? Yeah, let's go ask the resident animal. Hey, Scout, do you see anyone?
That's Scout will look around. Nope. But we'll say there's birds.
Okay,
There's
we're
birds in
in
the
the clear.
trees, and yeah, there's
We're in
there's
the
birds in
clear.
the tree if you want to ask them about the general area.
Oh yeah. We could. If they're nesting birds here, birds might have seen something.
Could be.
Go on then.
Matter of fact, I'll give you options. There's birds in the tree. You see a squirrel in another tree, and there's a spider in the corner of the bedroom.
I don't think. Ooh, wait. Spiders are usually. Well, we can start with the spider.
Spiders are usually what?
Oh.
No, finish that. I like where that was
No.
going.
Spiders are
Spiders are what?
usually
Trustworthy?
They camp out. No, but they camp out.
They do, in fact. Chill for quite a bit.
They do, in
Yeah.
fact, have 8 eyes. Not 8 eyes, but
And
like
they-
8 legs, but millions of eyes, you know?
And
Sorry.
they
I think they do have it.
both
Right.
of them terribly like bad eyesight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could have heard something.
With
Anyway,
those big ears.
with those giant ears. Anyway,
No.
Big ears you
I want
have.
one. I want one more
Maybe
animal
no.
option. Let's see.
A rat.
What would be a fun? Oh yeah, a rat. That's a good one. Yeah, see a rat scurrying about in the bed, like
Rats are
lower
good.
floor.
Rats are smart.
Rat,
We
a
use them
spider,
for experiments all the time.
rat, spider, bird, squirrel. There you go. Make your choice, or ask them all.
Let's ask the spider first. As loath as I am to talk with the children of Lolth, might have some questions to answer. Well, spider, can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
The spider crawls across the roof and then like drops down eye level with you. Well,
I
hello
think if
there.
you can hear me. Hi.
She says, well, hello there.
Spider, is it okay if I could ask you a question?
Yes, but call me Claudia,
Did you-
please.
All right, Claudia.
Gorgeous.
Well, Claudia, did you happen to see anyone in here about 6 days ago?
I'm trying to think of her concept of time. So you know
Well,
that
I mean,
you know that like
someone
6
live
days
here?
would have been like she. Yeah, I mean, I guess like keeping track of the sun.
And the activity of bugs changes throughout the day.
She'll tell you that she doesn't remember exactly when, but there were definitely 2 elves here. They come here often.
Was there a loud noise around the time that the elves were here?
No, they're surprisingly quiet.
Okay. What did they do here? Did you see?
They just lay on the floor and stare at the sky. Sometimes they watch the town. I think they're in love.
Yeah, that's actually the vibe I'm getting.
Speaking as an expert on the matter.
Right. Well, guys, I think Claudia is a very busy spider, so I'm gonna mouth help me to Ankylos.
Is it the spider? If you don't like it, crush it.
Oh, hang on.
No.
She flees.
No,
my.
Claudio. It's he's only joking.
I was not joking.
Okay, but let me.
Right. Well, do Yankee have ears, or is it like more holes?
They have ears.
They have
You-
pointy
no.
ears.
Okay, so
They have
can I
big elf
try to grab his ear and just pull him away from the spider?
Well, the spider's already in full retreat. She's on the name of the spider was Claudia,
Claudia.
and she is now
No,
on the ceiling.
Sorry.
Good hunting,
Oh,
Claudia.
hear a
Sorry
name.
about
Sorry.
him.
Yes. Did you hear any of these folks say a name to each other?
Roll a persuasion. This is less like trying to persuade her and more trying to get her to recall the name.
Gotcha.
Say DC 20.
Okay. I've got a +5 on that.
Yep.
We've got someone else, so I'll advantage.
Or intimidate if you prefer.
Oh,
No.
Ankylos is a fairly nice guy. 22 before any guidance or anything.
All guidance.
Oh my gosh.
No. You did it.
3, so 25.
Sorry, my brain stopped working for a second. She says, "Oh
Go
my
up.
gosh, yes, I do remember them. Their names. They kept saying each other's names over and over again."
Oh
Oh, would you look
no! At the time.
that?
At the time.
See, elves are lovers, not killers.
You
see
sure about that
mammals who
part?
do crazy things for this thing you called love. Seen it many a time before.
Hang on, I don't recall this Darren.
Darren Ettermath, the guy that reported to us reported to the town that there was a dragon infected by mind flayers.
Oh, right.
Okay, well, I think that concludes what was happening here. Yeah. So I think that allows us to conclude that this was not the site of 2 elves killing someone. They might have instead been bringing more life into the world.
Right.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, Claudia. Stay safe.
Don't be
Especially from this
strangers.
one.
I love visitors. And as she says that, a fly gets trapped in her web and starts struggling.
You have a visitor.
I sure do. I should give them a hug. She scurries over and starts wrapping it up.
I can't believe elves laid their eggs here. Why would you?
We don't lay elves. We don't lay eggs. What are you talking about? We lay other elves.
Claudia bites into the fly and starts whispering to it. There. It'll all be over soon, my precious.
Oh God. Okay, let's get out of here.
Crass is gonna stare at the spider for a long second. Walking away.
Crass.
Shush
Crass,
now,
that's
little
too
one.
intimate. Come on.
Your struggles will only weaken you. I need that
So
stamina.
that's where Gariel was. That's why. Ooh, okay. That's why Gariel was so evasive about where she tends to spend her time.
We need to find out more information about this Darren fellow.
Indeed.
Oh,
Claudia,
could you answer one more question?
Claudia caresses.
After you're done slurping.
Claudia caresses the fly and says, "Be still, my love."
Okay.
Yes, please.
Do these 2 come up here often?
All the time.
All right. I think that explains a bit about what happens here.
Hang on. Going back downstairs briefly, if I look at the gun collection, is there a way to tell if these appear to be a set and whether one is missing?
Ooh.
One is in fact missing.
Aha.
Hey, did the one in the mayor's place seem like it could be the one that was missing or not?
Take note of the ones that are present. We'll be visiting that location next week, probably.
Yeah.
Or tonight.
Okay.
We'll say tonight. Tonight in game.
Right. Well,
Should we clear the rest of this place?
That might be a good idea. See the whole picture.
Going into this big old room here.
Sure. The entryway. Adventurers do not use the front door.
Classic.
No, why would you use the front door? That's not why it's there.
A
It's
sadness
there as decoration.
permeates these forgotten ruins, a subtle melancholy that seeps into the bones like a winter chill. It has been ages
Is
since
that-
this dilapidated walls rung with warmth and laughter. So little remains of the fallen entryway, it is difficult to determine its original form.
Can
What do you
we? I
Well,
just want to look at like the architecture and the material and see if I can understand anything about who may have owned this place or what it was.
A wealthy, noble family definitely owned this place.
Makes
Right.
me curious what happened to the Tresendar.
yes, they well, I don't think they're here anymore. Hopefully.
Perception?
Ooh,
I'll back you up.
I will do that this time, so we don't have to burn so many inspiration.
They are not here at this time.
Okay,
No,
great.
I'm just kidding. With that perception, you see heavy foot traffic coming from the front door, and it branches left and right.
Ooh, people went there, but they also went here. Or is it the same kind of foot traffic?
There is significantly more foot traffic going west.
Oh, let's see what's up over here.
Sorry, this is like super intrusive now.
And are these like paintings or something?
This is just ruins,
Okay.
ruined furniture. Sure, there's a painting there, a portrait of the family, the Tresendar family. You see their crest. It is a brown leafless tree on a green field.
Okay. Hmm.
And when I say field, I'm
What?
talking about like a heraldry field, not a field of grass.
Where do the footsteps go from here?
Well, let me read the description of this room first.
Great.
All right. As you enter this west room, your eyes adjust to the gloom of a former dining room. The remnants of a long, ornate table are attended by several seats lying on their sides. This must have been the center of many elegant dinner parties, but never again. The foot traffic leads north.
I can fix it up later. I think just one casting of mending will save this place.
We are really stretching the value of that cantrip.
I love mending so much.
It's a good cantrip.
It's just the like classic magicians tear something and replace it.
Indeed. Despite the absence of the functional kitchen furniture and staff, you can tell this kitchen must have needed a vast number of servants to keep running smoothly. No utensils or cookware remain. This place was picked clean by scavengers. Foot traffic.
Nothing struck me as magical in any of these rooms. Correct?
Excuse me, east. You do not see anything magical.
Right.
Strange that the scavengers would have taken things from the kitchen and left this gun collection. Unless they couldn't access the top floor due to the recent collapse.
Or they did access the gun collection.
Yes, but why leave a serviceable musket?
That one required a roll
Yes.
to find. The
Yes,
other
yes.
serviceable ones are missing.
Very well.
Right. Onward, I guess.
This was a
What is
pantry.
that? Is that a trap door?
This is a pantry. And on the floor, a trap door leading to the cellar.
Oh
Is
boy.
it locked? Unlocked?
It appears to be unlocked and worn
Right.
from heavy use.
Cannonball.
You ready? Doo-doo.
It's a false trap door. There's nothing under it.
You open it up, it's just the floor.
Oh, I'm gonna if I ever am able to afford a house, I'm gonna get that installed. Just in the basement, a false trapdoor.
Sure.
In this economy?
That's why I said if.
Probably find a house, maybe not in the US, but something affordable.
Maybe Texas.
I'm gonna build a house out of scrap metal.
Texas, last I checked, was in the US.
Yeah. Barely.
Keep checking.
Barely. So they're going to start their own. It's Mexico.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
What are y'all
I
doing?
suppose if we're going down here, perhaps I'd better be first.
Oh,
Objections.
in case something goes wrong, he wants to be okay. Well, I guess I can't stop you.
I guess I'll be heading in cautiously here.
You go, goat man.
All right.
I'm gonna be badass.
And this will
Every
Check my
time.
head.
Constant reminders that you're a dad.
this will conclude our session. We do not level up Beef before you ask. I would like you to be level 4 for this, but once we
Yeah.
complete this dungeon, we will level up next session. If we complete this dungeon next
Oh, it's
session.
a dungeon.
I was gonna say.
Um,
If is good.
if it's good.
We will hit 5th at the end of this at the completion of this dungeon, whatever that means. We'll find out next week. That way we can be 5th for the dragon whenever you guys decide to do it. I'm actually glad. That means I can beef it up a bit.
Beef's gonna be riding it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I mean,
God dang it,
that's an
Beef.
idea. I'm gonna kill the stream
Beef
here. Thanks for
betrayed us.
watching. Y'all have a wonderful night.